trade-off.
Huh.
Okay, audience, before anybody passes judgment on me based on the thumbnail, I just like to add, I made sure the thumbnail had a good-looking woman and a good-looking man side by side. So there you go. All right. So yeah.
Fair enough,
That's my
but I'm
defense.
gonna be fighting. I'm gonna be fighting Kevin Feige.
Gotcha. We all have that one
you
icon.
can't say anything cryptid that will change my mind.
Gotcha. We all have that one icon in celebrity status audience that we would like to have one-on-one alone time with, you know? So.
Yeah, so I could beat his ass.
Yep. Oh, man. Forgive me if I'm like about 60% of my normal power audience. It's been a busy
You're lucky I'm only going to be here for 2 topics.
There you go.
Austin.
Yeah. I also had this.
I'm fighting Kevin Feige. Yeah, I'm fighting Kevin Feige. And you can watch if you want. This is for multiple people that I'm fighting this man. Yeah.
Just fight in front of any brick wall. It'll do.
Yeah, I will explain later. And Jake is saying that he can't let himself in, so let him in por favor.
Let him fail. It's over now.
His words,
por
not
favor,
mine. That's what he said. That's what he said. He said
it's both for more, but he spelled it wrong. Anyway,
who's been taking lessons from Peggy Hill in Spanish, audience? Wow, por favor.
It's whatever I fucking say it is. How about that?
No,
it's whatever. It's whatever I fucking say.
You're 5%, sir.
I feel sorry for all the Saudi Arabians who were taught Spanish by Peggy Hill and now think they speak fluently in that language. Yikes.
It could be worse.
Espanol.
Yeah, cryptid.
Oh, wow, that's a terrible argument, bro.
I was watching
coming from you.
I was watching TMNT 2012, and I forgot how many horror references they did in that show. There was like one where they did
that's crazy, Jake. We need to start the show. We're late. Okay.
Yeah. I was saying they did like they did a Michael Jackson Escape from New York reference.
Jake, I love you. Jake, I love you, but I really need to get this rant out.
Oh, if it's that important, then just get started.
Yeah, because it's the first fucking topic.
Okay,
you want to hear about
Contact.
You'll hear about it next week. All right.
Gotcha. Welcome to Contact Live. So. Let's skip the usual intros and go to the first topic. How about that, guys? You know. Okay, go.
Wait, hold on. Stop. If you're upset about this, then you did not watch the first season of the show. I'm sorry. There is no story here.
No.
They could have told. There is nothing you can tell of this story. I've heard multiple people say how much they want this season 2, but they can't tell me what they will want for season 2. I've never heard a good argument.
That's fine.
Listen, it's not about that.
Things you think you want.
I think it's a lightning in the bottle situation.
It's not about that. Okay, it is so much more worse than you think.
It's about all the black people stuff getting canceled, Jake. How about that?
Yeah, Kevin Feige, I'm coming for your bitch ass for canceling Wonderman.
Yeah, that's why.
It's not because they wouldn't have had a story to tell. They could have pulled one out of their ass, and I would have watched.
What story would you have wanted them to tell?
No, it's not. That's not the point. That's not the point, Jake. Shut up. It's not the fucking point. Okay, you want to know what the point is? You want to know what the point is? They canceled this show, even though it got Emmy nominated. Okay. They're sidelining Sam Wilson as Captain America. Isaiah Bradley was fucking correct. Okay. Besides the point. What the fuck? Where the fuck is Monica? Where the fuck is she? She hasn't been allowed to do jack and shit. Okay. Armor Wars.
She's in the X-Men universe.
It's in the fucking trash. Okay, Armor Wars is in the fucking trash. Kevin Feige himself called himself a fucking loser for not making a fucking Blade movie. It is not that hard to make a fucking Blade movie.
I disagree.
Yes, it is. Yes, it's hard.
Apparently they fumbled this fucking back for how long? For how fucking long? It's about the fucking principle, dude. It's about the fucking principle that I know for sure that Kevin Feige has not touched a singular comic book since 2002, maybe 2005.
Probably. That sounds about right, to be honest.
You know damn. keep in mind, phases 4 and 5 were supposed to be something new. You know, new characters emerging. Certain characters that weren't given the spotlight were given the fucking spotlight. But no, they would rather pull out of their fucking asses characters that had their fucking ending back over a decade ago.
The entire point of Wonderman
give a shit about
as a story.
Characters. Okay.
The entire point of Wonderman's story is to be the inverse of every other MCU thing. I understand. I'm talking about the topic.
Man.
I'm talking about the topic of what. Stop! I'm talking about Wonder Man, the show, getting canceled. I'm talking about Wonder Man, the show getting canceled. Then you can go back because that is the topic.
Okay. Yeah.
I am saying everyone who's upset about the Wonder Man thing, the entire point of the show that people love so much is that it was unique. It was talking about a specific thing, fighting superhero fatigue, trying to do something different. It did that. That was the arc of the character. The character started somewhere. He got his journey. He finished it. It was over. There was no other story to tell.
However, it was literally greenlit for a season 2.
Yes, prematurely, I agree. But even back then, what did I say? I said it didn't need it. It shouldn't happen.
Like I said, it didn't fucking need it, but it got fucking greenlit for a season 2. Okay? It got
but that doesn't mean it should happen. If it got canceled, it's okay.
It didn't fucking need it.
I would rather have one great season.
Regardless.
I would rather have one great season with a complete story than 5 seasons of something that doesn't fucking matter. That's my point.
It's about
wait.
About all of these fucking characters that get introduced, and we're not getting jack and shit out of any of them. And then now we're getting fucking Avengers Doomsday, which they're literally pulling this fucking movie out of their fucking asses, by the way.
Okay.
It's about a fucking principle. It's about like these fucking people do not give a shit about any of these fucking properties that they're fucking making.
Can't tell a story about how you need.
About Wonder
I understand. I'm talking about Wonder Man specifically. You're saying that they
about the bigger.
Fine. Okay, I heard you. Damn.
We're talking about
one show. Let me talk about the one show. You can't have a story about Wonder Man, who is unique in every way because of the story they told, and then get mad when they say, oh wait, turns out we tried it, it wasn't working, cancel it. It's fine. It's fine. There was nothing to tell. You had a story. It was completed in its entirety. Have it be its one and done. It's okay.
Listen,
now to Witch's point about Blade, I agree. I think that Blade is doable. I understand Austin's gonna say it's hard. I agree it is hard. I agree.
That pretty much all of their black characters get sidelined
because it's Monica Rambeau who was never getting a show. It's Blade who should have gotten something, but sure.
But no, let's fucking bring back.
It's your black characters were Monica Rambeau, Captain America.
Wait, no. For real.
This is diversity of thought, audience.
We saw her get left in the X-Men universe, and we know the X-Men show up next movie. Why are people surprised she wasn't in anything between those 2 times?
Yeah, true.
We got nothing out of these fucking characters, and then it's like, keep in mind, they're giving us shit. This Doomsday is gonna be fucking shit. We all fucking know this is gonna be the fucking truth. And also, like I said, what the fuck happened with all these other properties that they were promising us? Nothing.
We're talking about black characters. Black Panther's getting a movie in a couple years.
Yeah, he is their goal. He is the one fucking character that we're getting.
That sells?
Because that's all they fucking care about, because it gives them fucking money. They don't give a shit about
because if it doesn't sell, they can't make the movie.
True.
That doesn't fucking matter, dude.
It literally does.
They're owned by Disney. They make slop every fucking time.
But if you keep making movies that don't sell, you're not making money. I'm not saying.
I don't fuck about the money. I give a fuck about the art.
They can't do that without money.
Who gives a shit about money anymore?
Okay. I want to give my neutral standpoints on this Wonder Man situation.
I know where you stand at this.
Okay. I want to give my neutral standpoint on Wonder Man season 2 being canceled, right? Because look, everybody loved the first season because it, as Jake pointed out, it gave a different take than we were used to on other Marvel adaptions, right?
I mean,
however, Yeah, exactly. However, based on where that series left off in the following up season, it was going to be more of a conventional superhero story.
Which no one wanted.
That's
Yeah,
not the
I know.
No. That was only one for the first season, but that doesn't mean they would not be open to see that in the second season. Seeing him go through the hero's journey after his acceptance and everything in the last season could have been interesting. The problem is you're saying, oh, well, they tried and it didn't work. No, they did not try. So the writer room was supposed to meet up now to figure out the story. Like literally this month. We got the director of the show himself came out and talked about it. How the writers supposed to meet up in like 2 weeks to actually talk about it.
Yep.
I think
they didn't get a chance to try. And the director himself wanted to do more. And he said he had an idea of where Wonderman could have went.
Thank you.
No, I would like to hear what he had to say. But my problem was like the whole story as it was just a one and done, and that's fine. I mean, like the whole it's fine to sometimes have a one and done. Is it it's just coincidence that he's black, which unfortunately, we're canceling all the black characters, but like not all of them. We do have Black Panther. It's not said in stone.
We have Shuri.
Well, no, we're getting Black Panther because
we have Black Panther and Black Panther's son. Okay,
right. Well, so they're not Black Panther.
No, I'm not counting.
Okay. No. Have you noticed? Also, Sam just got a movie. Who's to say you won't get one in the future? We don't know. We just always not getting one right now. Shang-Chi waited since the beginning of Phase 4 to even get announced.
Shang-Chi is confirmed for the post story.
Right.
Yeah.
But that wasn't confirmed until recently? That was like recently.
It was confirmed a while ago, but Destin, the person who did Spider-Man, said verbatim, we are the green light Shang-Chi too. We will do that. But if we rushed that one to 4 Secret Wars, we would have to take him out of Secret Wars. I mean, out of all that stuff.
Honestly, just let him do his own thing, dude. I need Steve to be killed. I need Thor to be killed. I need Robert Downey Jr.'s character to be killed. I need all the people.
Just don't watch the movie. If you're mad about the choices, just don't support them. And that's fair. No. Which I'm not talking about you specifically. I just mean in general. Look, people. If the MCU and stuff is not getting what you want, I say the same thing about comics because people do not understand. If Marvel Comics and DC are not doing black ongoings, I've seen people complain about it. I understand you like these characters, but there are other avenues where you can buy comics with black characters and learn to get more stuff. You can whine and just cry to a company that does not care about you or your opinions because they're selling stuff. There are companies are aiming to make money. They do not care about what's right and what's wrong.
Yeah,
you need to go out there and find actual things to support that you like.
But
that's literally it.
They shouldn't at least try to pretend that they give a shit. Then they shouldn't pretend to give a shit.
They have. That's for the money. That's a part of the job. That's the job they have.
And they're doing it badly. They're doing it badly, Jake, and you know.
Well, as long as they're making money.
Yeah, I do also want to add this, right? Even though he's not getting a season 2 audience, who's to say that we're not going to see him pop up for a future Marvel project?
That was the other thing. He's perfect.
No, but that's my issue. That's my issue. No. That's my issue specifically, though.
It's Eternals. Talk about Eternals, man. Come on, we haven't seen them in forever.
I can't remember.
No one wanted to see them.
That movie just failed.
That was the first MCU movie I think.
That's why. The first one the first thing that failed that they straight up cut out was Inhumans.
Because people can't handle diversity. You know this.
It wasn't diversity that.
It's because people didn't like the direction of the story. I liked it.
Know it.
I liked Eternals the same way I like Ang Lee's Hulk. That same way I like Ang Lee's Hulk, but that doesn't mean people gel with it.
Racist as shit.
You had 11 main characters.
They also can't handle queer people. That's why they like to review bomb these movies before giving it a fucking chance. You know this. I know this. Anyone with 2 fucking brain cells knows this. People can't handle diversity because they're like, we want our fucking white male superheroes and all of this shit. It's not making good projects. You just want to dump money on something that's not even going to be fucking good.
That's why the Odyssey made money, I guess.
Star power. And whiteness. It's all
that's why the Odyssey made money, I guess. It's just all that.
It's all rooted in white supremacy, and you fucking know this.
All right.
Okay, so
the fact that I'm the only one who notices this is a fucking problem.
Okay.
Let's just fucking move on, dude. Let's fucking move on.
Wonder Woman. I'm sorry, Wonder Man.
Wonder
Woman.
Wonder Woman. You're arguing. Oh, he might show up in other stuff. I do think it'd be more jarring without a season 2, to have him show up and just start doing hero stuff and other people's shit.
Well, it wouldn't be hero stuff. He would
to be him learning and accepting to be a hero after everything he's been through. Would have
been
a similar to that.
It wouldn't be hero stuff.
Show up with Trevor be like, oh, something's going on. I guess I'll help. Like, no, the fuck, bro, that's not your character.
No, I wouldn't be hero stuff. I don't think. I mean, I wouldn't expect if he shows up doing hero stuff. Then yes, I agree. I would like to see that art, but I don't think it would be hero stuff. I think it would just be him and Trevor.
What else would it be than
well, because like it would be like, okay, let's say he shows up like an X-Men.
This old non-mutant guy. Non-mutant.
Well, no, I mean like the same way like in Spider-Man. Spider-Man just shows up to Hulk. He's not doing hero shit. There's probably something that Wonderman and Trevor are doing and hiding that doesn't have to do.
Yeah, he's not doing shit, Jake.
Right, that's what I'm saying. But no, I'm saying wait, hold on. And you know what? To be fair, let me confess. I came out from a heated day, so I'm sorry if I'm just like really heated. It's just like stressful day. But my thing is like there is more.
Agree with you. I think it's this heat, man, that's getting to us, man.
It might be.
It's the heat and Kevin Feige. I already know.
It might be. My thing with Wonderman is he doesn't have to just show up as a hero. He is a character. He can show up and do something else pertaining to the plot. We can slowly introduce him in other ways. It does not have to be a hero way to show up. That's my plan.
Yeah. I can always just
but that's not what Marvel does. Anytime another hero shows up, it's usually for assistance in some way possible.
And 9 times out of 10,
assistance with hero stuff. Hulk was here. You're like, oh, Hulk was here. He wasn't doing hero stuff. Guess what? He was used for a fight in a hero situation.
Yeah, but I'm saying like you could introduce him. Well, I mean, no, but you would still have that situation where he would use his powers, but he doesn't have to show up because he's a hero, or it doesn't have to be making a heroic choice. That's what I'm saying. Or maybe he does. I don't know. There's other ways to introduce.
Yeah, no, I'm saying. I feel like if you're not doing season 2 makes it so everyone his future things have to be deliberate because either that or you're making a huge jump for the last time we saw him. That's all I'm saying.
Right. Yeah.
Gotcha.
With the Blade stuff, since we brought it up, I will say I understand people who don't think making Blade is hard. The problem with Blade is you're always going to be you have to compare with Wesley Snipes, and Wesley Snipes did every major Blade storyline because Blade doesn't have a lot of comics. They did the mom thing, they did the Deacon Frost thing, they did Dracula. Like so, so you have to compare with that. And no matter what you do, your move good or bad, it's gonna be the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man situation where people are gonna shit on you and downvote it just because it's not what they originally saw 10 years, like 30 years ago.
I mean, for everybody who was saying that Blade, for everybody who's saying, what I mean,
but that's how people act. For some reason, they
welcome to Tom Holland
before Deadpool.
I know.
Okay. For everybody who's like saying like Blade is an easy movie to make, well, as I recall, Blade 3 had negative reviews.
Armor Wars was supposed to be a thing. We didn't get Armor Wars. We're apparently still getting Vision Quest, which is stupid.
Well, it's because it was supposed to build off a Secret Invasion. Armor Wars is easy as to why they canceled it. Is because it was supposed to build off a Secret Invasion.
No, it's still going on. They're just reworking it for the 20,000.
No. So Armor Wars, no, crib it. So Armor Wars originally, remember, it was going to be a movie. It was originally going to introduce Ironheart. It was going to be a movie
because
it was going to be her and Rhodey going to find the remnants of Tony's stuff that people were stealing to use to do crimes.
Yeah,
and it was supposed to be a TV show, and then it was supposed to be reworked into Ironheart and Ironheart season 2. And so now they're back at the drawing board with what to do with that plan.
Even though Ironheart was really good, they didn't promote it for shit.
But
justice for Ironheart, justice for Wonderman, justice for all these fucking shows and movies. Dude.
All right.
Anyways, let's fucking move on before I get too heated.
Wonderman, I think, had the bigger chance. Just before we move on, I would say Wonderman probably has a bigger chance because you do have enough Avengers and Avengers teams that you could, like I said, do a short or something to show him becoming more of a hero and enjoying a team.
No, this is where I'm going to end this topic on.
Other team, like
I'm going to end this topic on Kevin Feige. I do not ever want to see you at Comic-Con ever again until you fix your shit.
Yeah, we can move on though, but
let's move on because
he has a better
because this is a topic we're a little less heated on, and this is my last topic of the night.
Let Austin say his final thoughts.
No, I was just saying Wonder Man just openly have like a better chance of returning and doing other stuff than some heroes. And with all the heroes we have, they can easily sit up and do worse, West Coast Avengers, all the other stuff they want to.
I would love West Coast Avengers.
Wonder Man was on the team once. So
give me fucking West Coast Avengers.
We have avenues where at least this character can be reworked and reused if they want to keep this actor on.
You know what? I have an idea for. I have an idea for Wonder Man season 2 now with the West Coast Avengers now.
It's going to be a West Coast Avengers show.
Yeah, but it would it would be Wonder Man, starting anew and then creating the West Coast Avengers. And then
that's fine. I would just call it a West Coast Avengers. I wouldn't call it Wonderman. I just call it West Coast Avengers.
Yeah. You know.
No, it's Wonderman going into West Coast Avengers, like how they did the Thunderbolts movie. But besides the point, let's move on.
So it'll be called the Wonderman show, and the sequel to season 2, and it'll be like, oh, actually, it's a West Coast Avengers season.
The Wonderman asterisk.
It's Wonderman season 2, then goes into fucking.
Yeah, I feel like that's the best thing to do. But we knew they wanted to do that with Blade to do Midnight Suns, and that's why they wanted to hurry up and introduce Ghost Rider.
Yeah.
Even though they should have made Blade first before
Ghost Rider.
Ghost
The Blade
Rider.
actor quit around this week. So.
Yeah. So okay.
Anyways,
With an audience, we can move on to the next one. So Samara motherfucker casted as Emma Frost. Okay.
I've seen this actress in 5 films. I've never seen her like this. So credit when I was waiting to find this photo.
I was looking for a picture. To be fair, I was also looking for like her in red carpet premieres audience. But I just want to add like a little something about this with Emma Frost, right? You know, over the past couple of years, we've been seeing like, you know, a lot of female characters introduced in the big screen, that stuff. But for whatever reason, Marvel, like the design team, wanted to tone them down in terms of their superhero attire, right? Yeah. But then when you see like
it's more because they give the actress a chance. Like, well, that one happened with Scarlet Witch. Like, you want to wear this? Like, she was like, nah. They're like, okay.
Okay, got it. I would like if it was more.
I feel like
she
should know that like this is what Emma wears.
To be fair,
exactly.
Emma Frost is more reliable. I feel like you'll still get like you'll probably still get the chest part, but you're not gonna do the bottom. You'll probably just get pants.
No, because she wears pants. Emma wears pants.
No, yeah, I'm saying I'm just saying we're probably getting a later outfit more than the actual Hellfire outfit. That's all I'm saying.
As long as like she acts like Emma, her character is Emma, and she doesn't have a fuck ass bob. She better have that fucking British accent.
Bob alone.
No, I will call out every single person who has a fuck ass bob. Okay, I stand on business on the fuck ass bob.
But I just also wanted to add, right? So like some of those actresses, right? Like, you know, who want to choose to like, you know, not wear outfits that they like, but then when you see them in like red carpets premiere, they do wear.
That'd be killing me, bro. That shit be killing me.
Yeah,
I'm pissed.
You claim like covering up the body. You claim to cover up the body is like empowerment, but then when I see you in red, but then when I see you in like,
it's totally fine if you don't want to wear outfit with your titties out, but then like the next day of the movie premiere, you have your titties out. I'm like, what are you talking about?
Yes, exactly. You know,
it's confusing me.
Yeah, like the most recent example was the whole Supergirl situation where, they did make a deliberate attempt to tone down the appeal of Supergirl. But audience, I never had to look up the red carpet premiere of Supergirl, right? But I can only imagine that the actress was wearing dresses that, you know, emphasize her body.
So.
You know? You guys could Google search it up, but it's just common sense, you know.
We'll worry about that later.
We'll Google that later. This is not the time or the fucking place. But I feel like if she got signed on to play this character, I feel like she's had to at least do a fucking Google.
Certain character, you can't play Emma Frost without trying to.
Your outfit.
You can't play Emma Frost as a character and not try to. You can't do. You have to do outfit like with Black Cat.
You have. Listen, it doesn't have to be exactly.
The sexual appeal is part of her character. It's ingrained into this character.
She loves the attention.
They use it for a reason. So you have to You have to show.
Listen, it doesn't have to be this outfit specifically.
Yeah.
But it needs to be at least some. Like it needs to be something similar.
I'd say if you're doing a Hellfire Club, you should at least keep the top. We can do pants for the bottom. You don't have to wear pants. You don't have to wear wearing the bathing suit. You can do pants.
You need to wear something that's fitting for like a red carpet premiere because that's normally
she is known as the White Queen for a reason.
You're known as the White Queen, and the whole point of Hellfire Club, these two niggas are sexist. Like it really is. So
don't think I forgot there was that one scene in the comics where Emma Frost literally flashed 2 people from Orcus. No, not 2 people, a whole group of people from Orcus, because she says like it's more easier to control their minds when all of them are thinking the same thing, you know? So again, she knows what she has and she uses it. Mm-hmm.
To be fair to this actress, because we haven't brought it up yet, this isn't Emma Frost's first time being in the movies, and the last actress was willing to wear outfits. It wasn't exact, but she wore outfits that were sexy.
I recall.
Yeah, we've seen Emma in multiple things. We've seen her in Wolverine
Generation
movie,
X,
Generation
First Class,
X, and First Class.
Yeah.
First Class. Oh wait, no, sorry. Origins Wolverine. She was just Diamond Girl. That was basically it.
No,
that
to be
was her
fair,
whole
she was a kid.
purpose.
She got kidnapped. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Her whole purpose was just being, hey, that's the girl who turned into Diamond.
Look,
that's
she
it.
blocked the bullet. That's Emma Frost. Anyway.
Yeah.
They better not pull any punches when it comes to Emma Frost.
Considering she's the the second member fully casted, I'm assuming she's gonna have a big role.
Yeah.
Technically the third, if you want to count Namor.
I wasn't counting Namor specifically because I don't think they're going to put him in the movies yet.
Would you consider him? Would you consider her
No,
the
they
fourth?
keep wanting to do the Namor Sue Storm bullshit, and I hate when they do that.
Yeah, everyone does.
No, you would think.
Only time I've seen people who prefer Namor are just people who hate Reed Richards.
Gotcha.
Because they don't actually read Namor comics. These people don't read comics, dude, and that's what bothers me.
It's just like one of those things where it's unavoidable to bring up because it's like why they didn't choose Hank Pym to be the main Ant-Man, right? Because if they made him the main Ant-Man, eventually they're going to have to delve into the most ungrateful part of his character's history, you know? So, yeah.
It's literally him.
That was something they openly said.
Spider-Man did it 4 times. It just people only care because he's not popular. I promise you.
Mm-hmm. And whether you liked it or not, like Namor and Sue, having the hots for Sue, that's an ingrained part of his history. You know?
It really isn't. Yeah. It really isn't.
It is if you only read his books, and that's why it's funny.
No, if it's it's only if you read fucking Fantastic Four comics where he shows up and John Byrne.
No, that's what I mean.
You're also
if you read his own books with the Namor on the cover, he never really comes up. But if you read that for, you're like, damn, that's all he does.
He's an actual fucking character and not written by a weirdo. John Byrne.
But
gotcha.
Emma Frost, being the second or third cast, you want to count like that. I do wonder if they're going Hellfire Club out the gates. Because I think we talked about this before. I don't want them to do the Brotherhood. Okay?
Yeah.
I don't want the Brotherhood Evil Mutants. If they do, Magneto, I want the Acolytes. I want Exodus on like the whole old team.
We did see Exodus and the Acolytes recently at X-Men 97. I'll talk about X-Men 97 another day.
Also, fuck that episode, by the way. I want everyone to know. They had Exodus, an Omega level mutant, decide to sit there and sword fight Nightcrawler for like 5 minutes and get fucking shot. So fuck you.
He was toying.
Too gay and too Catholic for this shit. Okay, it doesn't matter how much mega level mutant are. If you're gay and Catholic, fucked.
He was playing with his food, you know. But we'll talk about
he died like an idiot, bro. That's the goat. I used to love that dude.
We'll talk about that show when it ends. But anyway, as for back to the topic of
I think it's good casting. I've seen the chick play these type of I won't say type of roles like Emma Frost, but we've seen her play those type of character motivation sometimes.
Yeah. This is one of those. Yeah, this is one of those castings where I don't think anybody's going to have a problem with audience.
Some people have a problem with it. And I was going to bring it up. Some people are mad that they chose the actress. I want to say like 10 years older than Sadie Sink.
I just don't think they should have had Jean in the fucking movie, but whatever.
Well,
Jean probably not going to be in the film yet, but I mean in the sense of like the person they're hiring for Cyclops is also like 10 years older than Sadie Sink.
Oh shoot!
So if you're doing that and you're doing a 10 years older Emma, is everyone like? To be fair, they're planning for the future. Obviously, by the time X-Men comes out, Sadie Sink's going to be close to being 30.
Yeah.
But
I'm just thinking, like, even though they are that age, could they still pass off as being younger? Oh well,
I'm sure they could pass off as being younger. It just because Emma's supposed to look more mature. That's like the point.
Yeah.
But
because I'm looking at the way
people just feel like
they
say they're gonna feel weird if they end up trying to do the Jean Scott Emma bullshit.
Yeah. Yeah. I think we'll be talking about that topic when the official casting of Cyclops happens.
Can I just say, because I already know that Sadie Sink is playing Jean. I know this. Okay, we all know this. We weren't stupid. We all had jokes. We all know it. They shouldn't have had Jean. They should have had Karma or literally anyone else. I'll stand on that. Honestly, I'll stand on that.
After you watch the movie, we'll see if you stand on that, because I do think it being Jean served a really good purpose for that film.
Yeah.
You know what? At this point in time, I'm saying, because guess what? Karma started out as a Spider-Man villain, and she possesses people.
That is true.
Yeah. Honestly, I think it could have worked better, but you know what? We'll wait until I see it.
But once you give your review, once you give your review on it, I will tell you why I really think it needs to be Jean.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
You're gonna have to wait like 2 weeks for that.
That's fine.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but wasn't like Ultimate Spider-Man's the first mutants that Ultimate Spider-Man ever interacted with were Jean, Kitty, and Storm? I think so.
Yeah, that's the Ultimate universe. We're talking about the main universe.
No, it's just an adaptation. So
he also almost ruined his life too.
Yeah.
When you remember she swapped with Wolverine, and Wolverine tried to fuck MJ and all that shit.
We don't talk about that, Austin. We're not talking about that. Yeah. For the sake of our mental health, we're not talking about that.
I'm just saying, Jean Grey has been shown to be an asshole before. The people she don't care about. I'm just saying.
I just like the fact that nobody ever brings up the fact that Jean Grey was already reading Spider-Man's mind before, without his consent. Like, she was like talking to him saying, "Hey, Spider-Man, thank you for being the first person in weeks to not be picturing me in a nude form." Like, what, how do you know what he was thinking, Jean?
They always do that. The people don't care. Jean is not special. Every telepath does it, and then none of the comics treat it seriously. Yeah,
she ain't special, bitch.
Xavier will tell you not to do it, and then do it himself. It's like the most aggravating thing of all time.
Well, but with Xavier, you should be able to trust Xavier to at least do that. You know,
I don't trust
everybody. You trust him to break his own rules.
So to at least do that for a good enough reason, because I still remember the Cuckoo Sisters, right? There was one classmate they had with kids. Yeah, they had a classmate, one kid, and they looked at him saying, "What's your name?" "Oh, I forgot my name." "Yeah, that's right, because we erased it. If you keep having those
because Emma did something similar to this one character. I forgot her name. Who was bullying Laura, and like Laura Kitty, and Emma was like, "You are not gonna fuck with my fucking students like that. I'm gonna make sure that you forget the one person that actually loved you, which is her grandmother. So fuck you."
They always go overboard with the most horrible thing possible.
All telepaths do it, okay?
But the kid wasn't.
Morality is weird with them.
The kid wasn't doing anything to them. His literal crime was just having fantasies about the Cuckoo Sisters, and they said, like, if you keep having
to be fair, Cryptid, if you know you have telepaths around, you shouldn't be doing it. Even if you trust them not to read your mind, I could not bring myself to do that.
You can't have innocent thoughts 24/7 with a. I just saying, audience.
You can if you can you recognize when you're having fans, you can push it down. You're a grown man. All right, you hear me?
Okay. And how are the Cuckoo Sisters going to be aware he's not having those thoughts? Because they're just going to constantly be looking into his mind.
Because all telepaths look into people's minds.
Every single one, audience.
Every single one. Telltales, right? Next one. Next topic.
Okay.
Gotcha. Anyway, guys, I'm going to go take a shower.
Later.
See you later, Witch. All right, we'll move on to the next topic. So, this one might not be as topical as the previous two.
Jumanji 3, yes, I am excited. Jumanji 3 World something.
For anybody who cares about this franchise anymore,
I know they care. It's a good franchise. Watch these films.
It's good, but like, you know, I know this movie was supposed to come out years ago, but like, you know, hey, little thing like the pandemic happened, audience, and you know, The Rock has a busy schedule, this and that, and the teenagers who this series started out from, they're now looking more and more like adults at this point, you know. So yeah, time has passed at this point, and I already knew this was going to happen based on where the last movie left off. But the video game avatars that they've been playing as, they come to the real world, audience, you know? So we're going to have team ups between those characters and the teenagers that were inhibiting their bodies, you know? A lot of fun shenanigans. But of course, Jumanji needs to play up like the last person in the world who should be having a body of The Rock, having the body of The Rock, you know? First movie, it was that geeky teenager. Second movie, it was his grandfather. And third movie, it's Stay at Home Mom. So yeah. Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Maybe you should have a few drinks with Peter Parker about like people taking over your body. You know. So
no.
Yeah. No, I mean, well, a lot of people have been taking. A lot of people. What I'm saying, Austin, is that a lot of people.
He's a video game character. He better be okay with it. He'll get a beer from me because of that.
He's trying to put on a Hispanic accent or something like that in this. Some sort of accent.
Sir, he's Australian, okay?
Oh, I thought they said he's Spanish. The kid was.
I'm pretty sure he's Australian, and one of the other one is British. It was dumb.
Mm-hmm.
They all had different accents because they wanted to throw off the characters. People who've been playing them this whole time.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha. You know, so yeah, I mean, I think it's gonna be fun. I
was kind of disappointed they did the gag again when their bodies, because I really like the idea of Jumanji in the real world. So now you have to actually act with these people.
Yep. It's gonna be interesting, but that's at least gonna be for half the movie audience, because Austin, because as we're seeing in the trailer, they're gonna go to the world of Jumanji. Well, at least
yeah, they gotta go back in Jumanji and finish the game so they can suck everything back up again.
Yep, that's what's gonna happen, you know. So
listen, I'll be honest with you. After this movie ends, I don't want another one. If they want to do another one, this dude's a horror, like the space one.
Dude. Oh, Sephora. Yeah, they could.
Yeah, but not horror too.
Reasonably, audience, after this movie's over, those kids better grab that Jumanji video game and ship it off to Madagascar or Somalia or something. Throw it as far away from the opposite side of the earth, man. Like, you know, they try
country so they can experience the game.
Well, what else are you going to do, Austin? They literally smashed the game up, and it's still
you put the game in a box and you bury that box, man. Look, Jumanji has to exist, but we'll say for the next generation. Okay, they can all be they can unbury it.
I think the next
what you do, Cryptid, is you send it to your worst enemy.
Yeah, that's true. I can see that. But look,
we're gonna weaponize Jumanji, and if he fucks it up and don't finish the game, then guess what? Your worst enemy just ruined the world. It's all his fault.
That's the plot. That's the plot, audience. You know, just going by how Jumanji literally evolved from a playboard game to a video game console. I mean, what's the next evolution of that? An app? Like, oh boy, then you really can't get rid of Jumanji, then, audience. So, yikes. But we'll see what happens. Man, do you think this is going to bomb, Austin? Because this is coming out a week after Doomsday on Christmas. Are they going to affect each other's budgets? I don't know. We'll see what happens. And just like that, everybody's gone silent, audience. You know?
No, I was talking to my grandmother.
Oh, okay, not a problem. But I was just mentioning this movie's coming a week after Doomsday, so I wonder how that's going.
So it's probably not going to do that well. It's coming after Doomsday and Dune.
Oh, geez, wait,
Dune and Doomsday come out the same day.
Oh, dang! Well, it's going to be interesting to see how Doomsday makes.
What we're saying is, one way or another, this is going to be the last version of this film. All right.
Yeah, you know. And if it bombs, audience, well, blame The Rock's schedule for that, because this should have come out earlier, you know? So, because he had to do a Moana remake. Look at that, you know? So
yeah, The Rock wanted to be a real actor and try to go for Grammys and not for Oscars and stuff, and then he failed and came right back.
Yep, it's almost like going full circle, audience. Almost like going full circle. Alrighty then, I think we spoke enough about Jumanji, and we're done. So I guess we're done the media news, audience. Now we're going on to the reviews, and we got quite a couple of shows and movies to talk about. So, Jake, if you're still with us, man, this is your time to shine. Jake,
start. I'm gonna go message him.
Go for it. Okay, anyway, so we're talking about Batman Caped Crusader Season 2, audience. The long-awaited return of Batman in this. I'm surprised it took them this long to actually make a season 2 because I thought season 1 was pretty good. Audience. I liked where it left off. I liked the tone that they were going for. It's going for a more grittier tone, like reminiscent of like the Batman the animated series days, But of course, with some unique twists, like you look at Harley Quinn, for example, right? It's weird how they reverse engineered her, like even though this is the same creative studio that created Harley Quinn, they reimagined her to be more horrific in this,
She's actually more heroic in this. I would say. She's not more heroic, but like she wants to be in her own way.
The way it started in season 1, she was pretty horrific. But in season 2, well, she kind of had to be a little bit heroic for her girlfriend's sake,
Right.
See what finding a partner does to your audience. You start thinking about your life choices and say to yourself, you know what? Maybe I should be a better version of myself for my girlfriend.
Just ask any villain in Spider-Man the animated series.
Exactly. And I'm just glad I was able to watch this in time, Jake, because we were talking about this before we went live. Dude, I didn't even know this season 2 got released until I was listening to a podcast on Saturday where somebody
I saw like Batman the Caped Crusader review. I was like, what? That one on Amazon Prime, it wasn't loading. And then I saw clips. I'm like, okay, now it's loaded. I was like, okay. Then I started watching it. I was like, oh.
Yeah.
I do appreciate how the season doesn't require you to remember much from last season.
Yeah.
No,
this follows the same format as the Batman the Animated Series, where most of the episodes are like self-contained one-shots, basically.
Yeah.
They do have like some threading lines when it comes to the finale, though. But we'll talk about
like
that.
Eddie Nigma, the Riddler.
Oh God.
He riddles you with bullets.
Oh God. Okay, so that's why he was given the name Riddler, because
I forgot. Like it was in the Match Malone episode. They explained why he got his name. I think it was something to do with like because he riddles people.
But I don't recall him doing riddles that often. Okay,
no. Like he riddles you. Like he loads you up with like he shoots you a lot with bullets or something like that. You know what I mean?
Okay. Well. Okay, even then that just seems off because he still does the question mark thing, right?
Yeah, his friend explained it in the Match Malone episode. I just couldn't understand what he was trying to get at.
Like audience, I can understand a writing team wanting to take artistic liberties with an adaptation of a character, but then with Edward Nygma's situation, it got so much to the point where I'm thinking, why is he called Riddler? Like,
I personally think he's that way, so Joker can be the opposite of that.
Yeah, I guess. And like for all the reoccurring moments he had this season, audience, well, he went out like a punk, and he literally got to get killed off in order for Joker to come in to basically show the audience, okay, now let me show you what a real boss villain looks like. Like damn.
Riddler's plot was. Was interesting. I don't know if it had to be Riddler exactly. It had to be Nygma, but his plot is essentially how the only thing I didn't like about the season was last season. So Rupert Thorne was the main villain of the last season, even though he wasn't like the villain Batman confronted that often. He's the reason that crime is the way it is, basically.
Yeah.
And so, in season 1, immediately, we already got him. It's over. Oh, okay. And so,
no, they alluded to him being a bigger involvement because they had that whole episode dedicated to his court, his hearing, him bribing the judge and escaping, and what happens as soon as he gets into the limo, audience? Joker's the driver, and well, you can tell what happened afterwards.
Right. And so, I was like, oh, okay. I just felt like after Batman threw a battle right through his window that this dude was going to be like, the villain. And I guess not. And it's Enigma.
Yeah.
Eddie, I think Eddie is unaware for the longest time that Thorne is dead. If I'm not mistaken.
As far as everybody's aware, Thorne probably likely went into hiding for a bit. So that's when Edward came in and kind of took his spot,
Yeah, because he's the next runner up, but no one likes it. Because while Eddie gets more money than Thorne, he's more loud than Thorne is.
Eddie is more prone to shooting his own co-workers, audience,
Yeah.
Like there comes a point where like one of his cohorts, I think it was Batman who had captured him, is grabbing him by his shirt, asking him questions, and then Enigma from a car shoots the guy before he says anything incriminating,
Right.
So
yeah, because Edward doesn't believe in like he thinks that everybody's a rat. He doesn't think that there's loyalty. He thinks, well, they're, or at least he thinks like, I don't have to worry about it if they're dead.
Yep. So, you know who he better reminds you of, audience? He reminds you of Joe Pesci's character from Goodfellas.
Probably might have been inspired by him. This season you saw a lot of reinventions of Batman villains, because the show seems really interested in, well, how can we tackle the character differently this time? Because you've seen a million versions of Mr. Mr. Freeze, of Harley Quinn, of like Scarecrow. Okay, well, how can we make this our version? Even Joker, like how can we make this our version that differentiates it?
Yep. So you're not going to strike a home run with every different adaptation, audience. Some were better. Some were definitely better than the others. Like I did like what they did with. Well, would you say he's Mr. Freeze because they called him Mr. Zero?
I was like, is this based on somebody else or is this Mr. Freeze? I don't know. I don't know.
Because like there's this one guy, he's a big buff like black guy. He kind of looks a little bit like Kingpin, audience, but he wears like this like little neck brace around him, and his whole gimmick is he just wants to make frozen statues of people, basically, I'm
not gonna lie to you, bro. Carrie was like, I was with Batman. I was like, brother, I've been watching this show. People casually die in this show. Like, I'm not saying like I mean Batman. Like, even when Batman's there, people casually die. Carrie, go home. Carrie, go home.
Funny enough, before the finale, Jake, that was actually my favorite episode, right?
Yeah, that was really good. Yeah.
Carrie, audience, she was like one of the little kid Robin Easter eggs from the last season. Yeah, well, she's the one person from that group that actually wanted to carry on being like a superhero, right? She was a big fan of the Grey Ghost, and she wore a Grey Ghost suit. And she's not off like fighting major league villains. Like she's off like, at night, finding lost dogs or stopping some hoodlums from robbing a store by throwing some firecrackers at them to sound the alarms, this and that. Some minor things, right?
Yeah, that's her training. That's her training arc. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and part of her training arc is literally working for Slingshot too,
Yeah.
So when she sees Batman, well, okay, first off, her bike, which is a little kid's bike, gets run over by Mr. Zero's truck.
Van. Yeah, the Zero truck.
Van. Yeah, so she follows them, and of course those are the same people that Batman's after, who's been kidnapping people, right? And then they have an interaction, like Carrie's like saying, "Hey, I saved you, Batman." Oh, okay, that was a one-time kid, but like, of course, Batman. He's not fun, audience, in this adaptation. Like
Batman's Batman's speech was like, Batman's like, that was one time. It's too dangerous. Go the fuck home. That's like his whole argument with that.
I've been in this business long enough to know that the guys that are in that building will not hesitate to shoot a little girl in the head. Get out! And like, she literally runs crying after that. Yeah, because that's something this Batman would do. Like, I don't care if I have to see a little girl cry. If I have to make a little girl cry in order to keep her safe. So I'm like, damn.
I think that's also something I like about this Batman too, is that his moral compass is like hyper consistent. It's hyper. Well, except for one moment, but we'll get to it in the finale where I was like, okay, Batman, you didn't know that wasn't gonna kill him though. That was kind of crazy. But he's very hyper consistent. Which again, which he has to be, because Gotham is always, bending rules, everybody's rigid. There is no real, consistency in the city. Yeah.
Audience, you cannot be a choir boy going into Gotham, audience. They will eat you alive, man.
Right. So Batman being the one consistent thing, like you always know what he's gonna do. That's why, like, When he gets framed in an earlier episode for a crime he didn't commit, like Gordon's like, no, I know you, like you've never changed it this way, so
there was like a villain monologue into Batman, like, why do you care about these lesser people? And Batman's like saying, those lesser people have friends, family, and they have me. Like, oh,
let's go, Batman. I think my favorite moment from this Batman was the Scarecrow episode, and then you see Batman spit. But I love the way they handle it. Like, it wasn't that Batman doesn't have a fear. It's like the answer to that fear would just be the same as him not having it. It would just be like he sees Gotham in flames. He's an old man and he can't do anything, and he's like, no fear. And this guy was like, what was that? He's like, no fear, no fear. And then he like jumps out the window.
Hey, audience, Superman said it best. Bruce Wayne will outlive them all. He's too stubborn to die, audience. So, yeah. There's a lot of good moments. Like one of my favorite moments was that Casey episode, right? Or like, of course she goes into that freezer building, despite Batman's wishes, and she first sees like a statue, and she's like, oh wow, it's just a statue. And then she sees Batman, in the freezing chamber. She helps release them. And then when the main guy, Mr. Zero, comes in, she shoots her slingshot at him. He bounces it off, and it cracks one of the statue's heads. Like, of course, it's frozen, and half the brain shatters. And you see all the internal organs and this and that. And Casey's like, wait, those are real bodies? Oh, my God!
No, I'm not gonna lie to you. That whole episode, I was thinking like, oh my God, Kara's gonna die. Like I was like I still think I think at some point she's gonna get shot. She's gonna die. That's what I really think. Because like I said before, there's a lot of like when Batman's fighting people, like like in Batman the animated series, like if someone is almost about to die, Batman like miraculously saves them, villain or good guy. And this show, no. Sometimes Batman's just too busy. You die. Okay, that's the end of it. But there's one where he's fighting like Riddler's men, and there's like a plane that's taking off, and Batman's too busy fighting. There's a dude just standing there. He knows it last second, and he gets his whole body like torn apart. I'm like,
Look, I can't remember like if there were any gruesome deaths in the last season, but like this season, I could definitely remember some gruesome deaths. Audience.
Yeah, they were like, listen, people die while Batman's on patrol. Okay,
yeah. Batman's a realist, audience. Yeah, that's why he didn't want a kid to join him.
Right.
So
I could have been Carrie easily. Okay.
Yeah. and one thing I always like that they do with the Grey Ghost, they always want to hit you with a touch of nostalgia. I mean, like I was like looking into this analysis on that episode, right? They say how like the Grey Ghost is a great way of using a Phanatics nostalgia as a tool to help build them forward. In the episode of Casey, right? She always says the famous line from that the Grey Ghost said, because she was a big fan of that show, saying like life has many roads, but crime is always a dead end,
Yeah, and then Batman says it with her,
yeah. She's like, wait, you're a Grey Ghost fan? I used to be. I was like, oh wow. At least have something in common, audience.
Also, it's a callback to, because this is also a callback to the Batman the Animated Series. There's an episode, well, really Batman Beyond. Well, because the Batman the Animated Series, Bruce meets the Grey Ghost actor. He's like, oh man, I was always a fan. And Batman Beyond, there is an episode where someone invades the Batcave and Terry has to fight him as Batman. But Bruce is there too, so he can't get his identity revealed. So he's wearing a Grey Ghost costume to help Terry.
Oh yeah. It always hits me hard to go and watch that episode with a Grey Ghost from the animated series audience, because you have like two icons of Batman mythology who are sadly no longer with us anymore. So it was great to see them share screen time together. So
I think. I think, one of the strengths of the season, I think, are the one-offs. I think sometimes I do kind of feel like, there's some problems I have with the season overall, and we can get to them in a minute. But I think one of my other favorite episodes I want to pull up is Kerrigan. I don't know if you remember the zombie.
Oh, okay. A little something to carry over from the last season, audience. Yeah.
Yes. There's this dude, Barbara Gordon, nearly got killed by, and he
was a former cop.
Yeah, and so he wanted to do an experiment so he can get out early. And the experiment was to extend your lifespan. And it doesn't work at first, but then on the way, when they're taking him to the coroner, so thought he died. He comes back as a zombie, and then he seeks revenge. It seems like his power is he can manipulate. Yeah, bad luck. It seems like bad luck, but like fatal bad luck. It seems.
Yeah. You see a skull in the pupil of his eyes when something bad's about to happen to the person he's targeting. You know.
Yeah, and so every time he goes to somebody, they're like, "What do you want, Kerrigan?" He's like, "Vengeance," or whatever. And I also like that, like, Batman cannot beat this guy. Like, there is just nothing you could do. That's another thing I like about this Batman too. Like, usually Batman relies on his martial arts, but when it's not working, you can see him it's subtle. You can see him start panicking a bit, where he starts moving in faster, and like dodging quicker, like But anyway, so Batman has to save Barbara. Kerrigan gets to Barbara. Barbara's like, "What do you want?" He's like, "Forgiveness." So I was like, that's cool.
Keep in mind, audience, this episode is a Christmas episode, by the way. So, yeah. That was good. Like, again, this borrows the best strength that the animated series had, audience, where each episode is rewatchable. It's a timeless series. Any random episode that comes up on TV, you'll be able to watch and enjoy. It's comforting. Just trying to think of like something I didn't like.
I didn't like how they kept saying so season 1 was really good because season 1 the background plot was building really well. The problem with Gotham was clear that it wasn't just crime, it was the police force. So you have Flask and Bullock who were always moving the corrupt police story fine. And then like Gordon trying to figure out how they're trying to, it was like a cat and mouse game between like everybody trying to get the other person.
And they also had like a neutral setting with that, because like even though you had some corrupt cops in Gotham, guess what? They still do their job too and bring in some bad guys as well.
Right.
So,
right. And so like this season, I think my problem was Gordon at the very beginning, he's like, "Montoya, I want you with Flash. I want you to spy on him and tell me when he does something corrupt." And that goes nowhere this season.
Right.
And I think that was my biggest problem. I was like, because like I thought.
Maybe it could have done with an extra episode,
Yeah, I think my problem is more so like season 1 ends with the promise that like, okay, Batman, Gordon, and Montoya and Barbara are going to work together to clean Gotham. Because clearly the problem is Gotham is internally corrupt, and it needs that you need to fix that before you fix anything else. And it felt like no progress was really made this season.
Yeah.
And if anything, it felt like the villains kind of took care of themselves in some cases.
Especially by the end, audience. Dang.
Yeah, so it was like, I will say too, sometimes I feel like this Batman isn't quite as effective as he should, because back to my point of like, it feels like sometimes the villains take themselves out before Batman even gets there. Like Batman might solve the case, but it's already too late by then.
I mean, fuck, look at the Riddler, audience. For like throughout the majority of the season, he was building up to be like the big boss, right? What happens? He doesn't even get a final showdown with Batman. He literally gets killed by his girlfriend, who isn't even a named character.
I thought that was supposed to be Poison Ivy.
Everybody thought that was Poison Ivy, but no, she called herself Rose, I know she had a different name. Well, she had a flower shop, audience, and
she had a poisonous whip. I didn't,
But she didn't use anything plant related to kill Edward. She just literally Tommy gunned him.
Well, yeah, on top of flowers, though.
True. If you want to go with that thread, But basically, her whole motivation was Edward killed her dad in the flower shop, so she has a split personality, apparently, audience. Right. So the other part of her, glammed herself up, worked her way to being Edward's girlfriend. And then when she invited him to have some private time alone in her place, that's when she killed him. So yeah, that's how the story ends.
I do want to say though, MVP of this series is Alfred. I love Alfred in this show. Alfred's so good at this show, bro. He's like the Watson to the Sherlock.
Yep. Audience, he has a staple wingman moment by the end. Audience, let me put it that way. So, yeah.
Every episode, I saw him trying to solve the case with Bruce. I'm like, I love this Alfred. This Alfred's so cool.
Like all the stuff he has to do for his boss's private time. I mean, for God's sake, like you're a butler, audience, right? You're just expected to clean, to I don't know, make the house run, keep organized. Alfred freaking has to be making like these autopsies and like doing these chemical analysis.
Bro, you
and
learn chemistry? I'm like, yo, what school did you go to, bro?
God damn, dude! Like, I know you were a British soldier in your past, but god damn, did they really give you all these courses over there in Europe, man? Like, damn.
Well, Batman went away studying in Tibet, bro. He studied himself. He studied his damn self. Okay, he knew. Well, I guess to be fair, Bruce at a very young age told you, I'm gonna take down the crime in Gotham, and you're gonna help me. So I guess Alfred had to get to work.
In the most demented way possible, audience. Just imagine like a 12-year-old waking you up in the middle of the night. He's in his pajamas. He's in the entrance to your room's door, wide-eyed, saying, "I'm going to make them pay. I'm going to make them all pay." You're like, okay,
and you're going to help me. Anyway, good night.
Yeah. Gotcha. But no, it's been enjoyable. I'm trying to think of another thing I didn't. I guess.
Oh, you know what's getting on my nerves? It doesn't get. I'll tell you what's getting on my nerves. I got one. Okay. At the beginning, it was funny. It was cute, bro. Batman, stop disappearing on people. That shit is annoying me now.
Hey, come on, that's a staple of his character,
I know, man. Okay? But he does it so much. I'm like, Gordon, just stop looking away from him. Make him have to leave normally, okay? Don't look away from him.
Come on, you can't. That's the whole gimbrick with each other, Jake. Come on, you can't get rid of that.
No, but he does it with everybody. I was like, yo, when Carrie finally did it to him, I was like, thank God someone did it to him. I was like,
he has to be mysterious, man. He has to kind of show that, he's not. Well, you have to have some level of mysticism with the character, when he does something like that.
If I'm your coworker, I'm just like, yo, Batman, maybe we should hang out. Maybe we should make like a bat signal or something. Like, you just hang up on me, like, fuck you.
You can make it a sweet moment too. Like, again, audience, going back to Batman the Animated Series, right? One of the most wholesome moments between Batman and Jim Gordon was when they were sharing a toast in New Year's at a diner, right? They clash each other's coffee cups. And then Jim Gordon's like telling the waiter, "Hey, if I could get one of your famous cheesesteaks to go, I'll be ready to call it a night. How about you, Bat?" And Batman disappears with the cash in the table. And then Gordon's like saying, "One of these years, I'm going to be the one to beat him to that check."
I'm here to say there's no way the waiter didn't see him leave.
Okay, yeah. Let's see. I guess if I was a little let down by something, well, it shouldn't be that much of a hill to fall down from. It was the Roxy Rocket episode.
You didn't like that one?
Well, no, I mean, it was just there, they tried doing something different and innovative with the Roxy Rocket character, but at the same time, Roxy Rocket wasn't exactly a big time player.
Bro, she was straight up a sex symbol in the first show. So this is a big upgrade.
She tried thinking she was going to be the Catwoman to Batman's world. Man.
Bro, she had orgasms on rockets, bro. She was not that team. This is a huge upgrade for her.
I cannot go back and look at that episode of Roxy Rocket, audience, and not notice that she was basically orgasming during her final fight with Batman on the rocket.
Bruce, please, there's a kid's show.
It was very mature for that time, Jake. All right, kids need to grow up. All right, they need to learn some adult values.
What's funny. That's why when people are like, "Yo, Gravity Falls is like an adult show," like, no, you don't know what that is. You don't know. Like, listen, if Batman is a kid's show, Gravity Falls is a preschool show. All right, that's all I'm telling you. All right.
Gotcha. There's another character I want to talk about.
Actually. No. I was curious. What did you like about the Roxy episode, though?
No, I mean, it was just playing neutral. Like if there's, I mean, hey, something had to be in the bottom of the pool.
Right,
you know,
right,
it's like I would take a second glance at the Roxy Rocket from the original animated series, but this one, I'm not gonna look back on really. You know, compared to those two. You know, so yeah. And it doesn't help. It doesn't hurt the fact that in that Roxy Rocket episode from the Batman the Animated Series, Penguin was also there, and you all know how much I like Penguin. So yeah, I might be biased to that department. Okay. Okay. The other character I wanted to talk about was Mad Hattie. Like, sorry, we don't have the
I was like, she did
now.
not have to be Mad Hatter. She could have been somebody else.
Yeah. They tried doing something a little different by saying, okay, instead of controlling people's minds like Thatch used to do, instead she's a TV personality that sways people's minds against people like Batman or Jim Gordon. So basically, she's J. Jonah Jameson in this.
Fucking lame,
audience.
Right?
I know. Again, like
if you're gonna change the Mad Hatter, you could have did something where he had like the power to shrink you down, and he put you like the fake as Wonderman thing.
The problem is in this universe. The problem is in this universe, no real superpowers. Only magic and like some supernatural elements.
He can be magic. Nigga, I'm talking about shrinking. He don't need to tech.
Just get an amulet, like some mythic key or something
they keep reinventing the Mad Hatter stuff and a lot of stuff because they changed his powers a little bit in Gotham too. And it's like, but y'all like skipping like the most obvious thing you can do with this character. He's the Mad Hatter from the storybook. Have him put a person in the storybook.
Austin, I just like to bring up like when you said the Mad Hatter from Gotham, they did allude to him having more than a healthy infatuation with his sister. Audience, so yeah.
No, that's what he does. It doesn't matter who the female is, but he picks a female. That female becomes Alice, and he's obsessed with that person. It could be a sister, it could be his mom. It doesn't matter.
I'm not gonna lie to you, Cryptid. I still
he's
think
a villain in the scene for a reason.
I don't know why Cryptid. I still think Rose is Poison Ivy, but if I had to say like one of the weakest reinventions, I think it would be Mad Hatter. I think I could have been like this could have been somebody else. This could have been
especially since the show kind of made it seem like she was going to be more of a bigger presence because like you get a Barbados episode, audience, you get a cult, this and that, and they kidnap Mad Hattie, and she helps break. When she breaks free from her restraints, she takes out a switchblade from her hat and starts stabbing all those cultists.
I love when Batman went to what was it the voodoo guy, and he's like so like what about Barbados? What do I do to stop him? He's like nothing. It's not real. What the fuck you talking about?
Oh my god, man! I was watching an episode of Futurama the other day, and I'm like thinking, Barbados Slim. Let me make a cult revolving around that guy, Barbados.
It's like there is no Barbados, fucking idiot.
Yeah, that was good. But I'm trying to think of, is there any other character we neglected on before we get on to the main back?
Going to the Barbados episode, I really did. I think that's also one of my top 3. I don't know about 3, but maybe 5. I think it's I just like that because I guess as a comic reader, I knew what Barbados was. So I was worried about oh god, we're doing the fucking the magic shit. It's gonna be Batman's gonna be the center of the multiverse. We're gonna do this shit again. And he's like, nah, it's just some made up shit. It's like it's not real. And I was like, oh, that's cool. I like how it was more about how easy it is to convince people that a religion is real.
God damn, man, it could get to any corners of whatever rank you are in the workforce, audience. So man.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, there's one character I want to talk about before we get to Joker. Harley Quinn. We really didn't talk about her much.
She was really cool. I like is it an alternate take? Like if this was I want to say this for Joker as well. I actually feel like if this was absolute Harley Quinn, I would be kind of cool with it. I'd be like, yeah.
This is what Harley Quinn should have been, audience. Damn.
All right.
We come to find out that she's actually been in her girlfriend Montoya's apartment this whole entire time, trying to go incognito, because of course everybody now knows who she is, and no, she needs to be arrested for what she did to those millionaires, you know.
Right.
So yeah, she's been living with Montoya, and of course you're gonna go drive yourself insane if you're stuck in one apartment for Lord knows how long, months at this point.
She went through COVID.
Oh, very much, yeah. And of course, by the time Montoya comes back, like, okay, come on, the police force, it takes a lot out of the audience. So by the time Montoya comes back, she ain't gonna be like, hey, let's cuddle, let's have sex. No, she's going straight to bed and actually sleeping on the bed, So yeah, Harley Quinn tries her best to help her on a case with that Scarecrow guy. And yeah, she has a team up with Batman in this. She even goes to the Batcave, So,
Right.
and I like how she keeps bringing up, her topics about her profession in psychology during her conversations with Batman, even when investigating all the deaths of those college students by Scarecrow.
Right.
But of course, by the end, she finally decides she needs to turn herself in, man.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's really
I
where her
wonder if
story
Batman
is.
would have. I wonder if Batman would have turned her in. I feel like he would. It's in his character too, but they never let him answer that question.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But at that point, Batman knew where Harley Quinn lived. So she really wouldn't have had a choice. Oh yeah, I like how Batman deduced his skills, right? Because when he found out that Harley Quinn was aware of the victims of those kids at the college campus, he's like thinking to himself, there are only two people from the GCPD that were on this investigation: Montoya and Flask. Flask would not have any close relationships with you, so that just leaves Montoya. Damn.
You're not his type. He likes thinner women.
Yeah.
No, Harley Quinn's great. No, Harley Quinn's great. I listen. If Harley Quinn was less crazy, I'd go out with her. But
Okay, she would make somebody feel very lucky to have her be their mommy audience. Let's put it that way. Oh, Flask, man, I feel like that guy was a dark horse, really, man.
I feel like he didn't do for a character. Him and Bullock carried so much of season 1 in the antagonist corner. I felt like they didn't do anything. It wasn't.
To me, he had a good line, where of course, Harvey Bullock audience, he got demoted in the police force, right? And throughout the course of the season, there comes a point where Harvey Bullock goes up to Flask, saying, hey, you owe me one. I deserve to get back on the force. And Flask is looking at Harvey saying, you see, that's your fault. That's your problem, Sloppy Joe. You believe you should get what you earned. I believe I learned a long time ago. It's not about working for what you've earned. It's about what you take,
Right. Yeah.
So, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And fuck Bullock. That was another thing too. I thought having Bullock be a regular cop, we would kind of get him because Bullock's not supposed to be a terrible person in the comics. I thought maybe Bullock was supposed to learn to soften up and be more of a nice guy. Mm-hmm. And maybe he still can, but I hope he gets an arc because I feel like it's
Yeah, audience, Harvey Bullock is not the sort of person you want to be friends with. He's a bit of an asshole, but guess what? He locks up bad guys, so it's kind of what you need. But all right, then. So I guess we should head off to the main guy himself, right, Jake?
Yeah, we're good. We're good. I'm not gonna lie to you. When Joker was on season 2, the trailer, I was like, "Oh my fucking god!" Okay.
Yeah, I know.
And then his first appearance happened, and I was like, "Oh, well, what does this mean?"
You see him. You see basically after credit scenes of him popping up in a couple episodes. They're building up to his big moment. So yeah.
Yeah, I think every episode, and they did it really well because every episode, I was like, but what is he doing though? I was every time, even if I wasn't really engaged with the plot, in the back of my head, I was like, but what is Joker trying to? Is he a hero? Is he a bad guy? I didn't know what he was trying to do.
Hey, if you ask the Joker himself, I'm pretty sure his answer to you would be, I'd rather it be multiple choice. on what you think my goal is, you know? So
yeah, and I think so when he gets to the finale and he starts being a thing, and then they actually like this dude is like a super genius. Like this dude is like fucking crazy smart.
Batman like admits it, like, oh my god, this is probably like the most terrifying version of the Joker gas that I've seen, audience.
Definitely. I was like I got to the episode. Yeah, I got up to the episode before Cryptid. I remember texting, I'm like, yo, you need to get to the finale. I ain't never seen Joker Gas do shit like this, bro.
Yeah. Oh, man. Like, audience, it does not take much for you to be affected. Like, literally, it takes the prick of a thumbtack in order for you to go fully insane, you know? And you think it ends there, but it doesn't. But we'll talk about it when we get to that part.
I will say this is like, if you ask me like what would I want from Absolute Joker, it would be this. He's just like this is the most normal Joker has felt, but still the most unsettling Joker has felt. Like I am like very scared of this guy. Like this dude is actually scared.
This guy kind of felt to me like what Edgar Allan Poe's version of Joker would kind of feel like, you know, like very dark. He's very humorless, audience, but that's where it's a little creepy that he makes everybody else die with laughter, but he himself, he just doesn't feel joy. Like that's the irony of this version, you know.
Also, he did make me. He made me laugh.
Oh yeah, he laughed at the end. Yeah, that was.
Well, no, he made me laugh when Batman was like, "Stop!" and he's like, "You're in my way." Shoots him and then walks away.
Yeah,
that made me laugh. Yeah.
Still think you can make a difference? The mayor will die by tonight. You're in my way. Boom, like damn. Very emotionless. Like you know, damn. Wait, it's coming back. Austin, there. We're talking about Joker now.
Yeah.
The very joyless take on the Joker, but it surprisingly works for this version.
I like the restraint they had for him. I like how like his insanity comes from his like sense of nihilism. But in terms of like him having a conversation with you, like he's very like he sees himself as a teacher. Like he wants to teach Batman to see the world like he does.
Audience, he refers to Batman as brother.
Batman's like, I'm not your brother.
Like, so you say, do you really know what your kind of man your father was, Batman? Like, what are you alluding to? Like,
I didn't even catch that he said that. I guess we're doing that whole plot with the Ways next season. I'm assuming.
No, that's just something I made up.
Okay. I thought that was an episode.
Like, no, it's just he keeps referring to Batman as brother.
Yeah. But no, I liked his thing. The Joker gas, very intimidating take on it. I tried to think like, have we seen it work this way before? Where it's like,
explain what we mean.
Yeah. So the way this Joker gas works is that it has 4 phases. The first phase, it infects you, and then at some point it will kill you. It depends on what Joker wants it to kill you. That's just the dosage he gives you. It depends on when he wants you to die.
Yeah.
Once you laugh yourself to death, you will die for a certain amount of time, and then you will come back to life with the ability to infect other people with Joker gas or kill them, depending on what you do first. Like you'll be like a crazed Joker mate. Like you will do the laughing, and Joker will just watch you like calmly. So
you if you breathe in that gas, audience, you'll be a mini Hulk, basically. Right. You know, a smile.
Yes.
Wait, okay. So let me get this straight. You're the first person to get affected. When you laugh, you're dead, audience. Like you're legitimately dead, you know. But when that body comes back up for 5 seconds and releases that gas and turns you into a Joker Hulk, there's still a chance for you to be cured and go back to being alive. You know?
Yeah. So, but it got so bad in part 2. I was like, Batman, please save us, bro. Like, Batman, please. This is crazy.
Like, I really would have liked it if they told us how exactly was he infecting these people, man. Because, like you see on Autopsy of Mad Hattie, right? She got infected during one of her live shows.
Yeah.
And then when everybody was examining her body at the morgue, you know, Batman had to be the one to come up and notice underneath her index finger, there's a small poke there. That's probably where she got infected.
Yeah.
Like, how'd that happen, huh? Okay.
Oh, another thing too, I like too because it's like is in the '60s, a little bit of '60s. I like when Batman's like, Alfred, record the footage for me, and then like instead of like I'm thinking like he's gonna like use the remote or whatever. No, he puts on a separate camera and rolls it over and just films the whole thing. I was like, oh yeah, I guess that is how you do it.
Oh yeah, true.
Alfred was the MVP, and the city will never know. He saved Gotham.
Yeah, Joker's like duking it out. Batman, he's dominating against Batman, stabbing him multiple times and slashing him, like telling him, "You and me are alike." And Batman's like saying, "No, we're not, because I have him." As he points to like Alfred in the plane, releasing the antidote to the city. Like
I like how Batman could not beat Joker at all. Like he put up a fight, but it was just like, and it wasn't that like Joker was like physically better. It was just that like Joker was like crafty. Like anytime Batman thought of something, Joker would find a way around it eventually.
Yeah.
And the endurance Joker. Yeah, the endurance Joker had was enough to outlast Batman most of that fight.
Dude, Joker was scoring major blows to Batman throughout the course of that fight, and Batman wasn't really doing much against Joker. It's amazing how with everything Batman fights in his career, audience, Joker, who just comes in with literally a pocket knife and a gun and a handgun, is more than a match to go up against Batman here.
Yeah. Also, like Batman started relying on his speed. I like that Joker was savvy enough to think, oh, just take out his legs. Like starts cutting his legs so he can't move as quickly. And I was like, that's pretty cool.
This is a very a very methodical version of Joker to tangle with, audience. So yeah.
And he said, and that's also why I'm saying, Carrie Kelly, don't be Robin. Don't do it. Don't do it. Like, no, this Joker's gonna kill you.
Yeah. Okay. Do you think we'll see a Robin in this adaptation, Jake?
I don't know. They'll call it Robin. I think Carrie's just gonna say the Grey Ghost. I don't think she's gonna be Robin. I don't see like.
No, well, I mean, they're bound to bring in the Graysons or a Todd at some point.
Wasn't Grayson last season?
Yeah. Well, I mean, that episode where Carrie was in, that was just all the Robins were in that episode as Easter eggs.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know. Maybe. I don't know if we're gonna see a Robin. I think Carrie Kelly's gonna be our quote unquote Robin, but I think she's just gonna be the Grey Ghost. I think that's all it's gonna be. Because the Robin was specific to Grayson, I think so.
Dude, I swear, man, I had to rewind that scene where she kicked Bullocks in the crotch over and over again. Man. I was like, damn, that was cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, of course, like the finale ends the way you would expect it, audience. Eventually Batman does defeat the Joker by having all these metal bars fall on top of Joker. And
I was like, wait, Batman, that would kill him though. Like that would what you did.
Well, look, in Batman's defense, he's already slashed, he's on the ground, he can barely walk at that point. Well, I mean, come on, you kind of have to adjust your no-kill rule at that point. Well,
Batman was like, I'd rather you die than me let you get away. Okay, that's what it's like.
Okay, to be fair, like I'm pretty sure Batman was also thinking like those bars were just going to fall horizontally.
Yeah, I think that in his head, yeah. But Joker is at large. There was not a body found.
He jumps off the building with a pipe through his chest, and hey, nobody was found. So yeah.
I do like how convinced he is that Batman and him are like the same. I do kind of wonder how much of his origin we're gonna get in like later seasons. But,
I mean, we're eventually going to see him and Harley Quinn interact at some point.
Yeah, I thought, oh wait, actually, could that work? Because I was thinking about that too. Like I thought, well, if Joker's a hero, I thought because back in the first episode, I thought he was gonna be a good guy.
Audience, Joker's motivation in here is he actually wants to get rid of the corruption of Gotham. He took out the gang leaders, and then after that, he was aiming for the police officers, and then he aimed for politicians.
But he's like so nihilistic. He thinks like Gotham is the problem itself. Like Gotham needs to just die. Like that's where he and Batman differ.
The affection is too spread out.
Yeah. So I was thinking like maybe Harley Quinn could fall in love with him that way. Maybe that could be like because she could be bisexual. We just know she likes girls. She could like boys too.
Spent years trying to separate these two to do that.
Yeah, but I don't know about Bruce, but this is Bruce Timm's baby, so I don't know. Maybe
yeah.
If it's Bruce Timm, does she want him to fuck Robin and not Batman?
Well, no, because he wanted to fuck Renee Montoya. She wanted to fuck. Oh, Cryptid, do you think Montoya and Barbara? They were trying to set up Montoya and Barbara.
Nah.
Okay, I got that vibe, but I wasn't sure. And they didn't really lean into it that hard. I was like, I don't know. What's going on there?
Audience, just because two people had shared coffee and are good friends with each other doesn't mean we want to fuck them, man. They want to fuck each other, you know.
I could tell if it was just supposed to be like a quick, because they had those moments where they did this quick list, like, oh, that was interesting. You did that, like, I thought, I don't know. I could be wrong though.
Yeah. Gotcha. But yeah, I mean, overall, I thought this was a good season. Again, what really hurted it was like the lack of promotion for this audience.
Right.
Again, I had to listen to one offhanded comment about Roxy Rocket from a podcast to learn. Oh wait, this season got released already? Oh dang! Like, it's got some catching up to do. So man.
Yeah, I think to me, this is one of my favorite Batman shows to watch. Even if I think the overarching plot could have used like better work. I don't mean the Joker stuff. I think Joker stuff was fine. I just mean like we need to solve the corruption in Gotham stuff. I thought that could have been more focused on. But other than that, I think this is one of my favorite Batman shows. I like how it grounds Batman. Oh, I also I didn't bring this up before. I like how you could tell that Bruce Wayne is putting on a fucking voice because it sounds so fake. Whenever he's Bruce, I'm like, bro, like you see how much more comfortable he is when he can just be Batman. Like you just like, I fucking hate that Bruce Wayne shit. Anyway, but yeah, I think this is one of my favorite interpretations of Batman, like a Batman that is uncorruptible. He's flawed, but he is uncorruptible. He is human. He's not gonna win. He's not gonna get exactly what everybody needs every time. But he's still the best hope for Gotham.
Okay, so he's a fucking loser. Next topic.
Yeah, so
I'll give the season an 8.5 out of 10. Audience.
I would give it an 8. And I think hopefully we end this at season 4. I think it has 2 more seasons in it personally, but I don't know.
Okay.
It gets going.
Nah, but, keep going. So
yeah.
All right then. Anyway,
don't worry, haters. I'll give it a 0 just for you. All right.
Oh wow. Okay.
Oh, right, Austin, you will be happy to know they did not set up Barbara and Batman at all. They have a very neutral relationship. So
thank God.
I don't believe it. You talk about Bruce Timm's baby and talk about Joker and her being together. That's his baby.
I don't even think Barbara is going to be Batgirl.
He edited somebody else's story to have that happen in there.
Batman and Barbara. Every conversation they had, even Barbara was trying to be like more friends with him. He was like, he just hung up on her. He's like, nah, shut
up. Yep, this is Batman. That's not fun. But anyway, we're not talking about Batman now. We're talking about Aang, God.
Fire, water, air.
Wait. Who chose this topic?
I did because I had to watch it again.
I knew you sick fuck.
Yeah. I had to watch this again with somebody. I was like, oh fuck it, I might as well just talk about it.
Audience, in order for me to have watched this by tonight, audience, I would have had to skip my job today, and I already had to skip my job last week in order.
You can watch it on TV at home.
I'm more of a theatrical sort of guy, Austin.
It wasn't even built for theaters. Who cares?
Yeah, even Paramount didn't want to put it in theaters. They said, fuck it.
Okay.
Anyway, so this is Avatar: The Legend of Aang. This is the adult Aang story that everybody's been dreaming of, or at least, in theory. And the theory they have been.
That everybody wished they brought the original voice actors back.
Right. So the Aang gang returns, and this time they find a legendary... Well, not a legendary. They find a long lost airbender from a time when the Earth Nation was the genocidal maniacs, and now this airbender named Taga wants to team up with Aang to find a way to bring back the Air Nation. Now you might be thinking to yourself, well, like didn't they do that in Korra? So like, isn't this not going to happen? Yes, they did. Yeah. So you already kind of know how this is gonna happen. Meanwhile, there's a gang of non-benders who also want to make life more fair for the non-bender community. And you're probably thinking, well, wait, like in Korra season 1, this was a problem, so obviously they're not going to solve it here. Yes, you will be correct.
Wait, is this based off the comic?
No. It's
not. Okay. No, because I know there was like an uprising of like non-benders who are revolting up against.
No, these isn't for the comics. These are the equalists. This is the denied. Okay, before the equalists, there was the denied, and also you'll watch this. Will you watch this story and wonder how the equalist movement even happened? Yes. Yes, you will.
Oh boy.
That's not the problem. That's not the problem. So yes, this movie, I remember when this movie came out and people were like screaming about how it wasn't going to be in theaters, it's an atrocity, And I haven't watched the movie. I was like, right now, Paramount made the right choice. They put the shit. It's like, that's not. It's not to say it's the worst thing I've ever seen. It's not even to say it's bad. It's just like back in the day when you watch Cartoon Network movies and they were just on Cartoon Network and they put them in fucking theaters. Like it's fine. Like
back in my day, audience, there was such a thing as direct to home DVDs.
It's like being mad that well, not in the same way, but it's like being mad that Batman and Superman World's Finest wasn't in theater. Like it didn't need to be. It's fine. It's at home. So I think right off the bat, I will say I did like this movie enough. I think rewatching it, I have even more of a problem with this than I did last time. Okay, we will be going into spoilers. Okay, now technically this movie has been released for months. If you know, you know. So you should have more than enough time to see it. I think problem number one, I want to address this right now because I think this is the stupidest thing they ever said in Avatar that doesn't make any goddamn sense. Okay.
What?
In the story, there's this Avatar staff. Well, not this Avatar, it's a Spirit World staff. And the Spirit World staff has the ability to give people bending powers. Okay, I don't have a problem with that. That's fine. Whatever. Okay. The only person who knew about this was Avatar Soma, who was an Airbender who needed it to make an army of Airbenders to fight against the Earthbenders who were doing like Fire Nation shit back in the day. Okay, fine. Whatever. Okay, that's cool. Okay. Then Soma, the power got corrupted. Soma had to fight it.
Wait.
What's up?
How the fuck how was the Earth Kingdom doing that?
They were mad. They were upset about shit.
I just want to say, based on what we know of the War Nation, there's literally nothing the Earth Kingdom can do when they get there.
About the Air Nation?
Air and water.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, go into it. I don't talk about it.
No. If you remember how their homes were, it was more like it had earth there, but it was more like covered by like snow and ice the whole time.
Yeah.
Like the War Nation. You can't just go there. There's nothing they can do against these two tribes. What I'm saying, they can't fight these two on their own.
Well, apparently the Air Nation was
invading the Fire Nation.
Well, the problem was the Air Nation was like bitch made, so like they didn't fight. And so she was getting people who knew how to fight.
That's right. You come down here and we'll hit you.
Audience, if Toph was there from season 1, she wouldn't have been able to do jack shit by the time they got to the water trot. The water nation,
Could you imagine like the Earthbenders are just down on the ground like, hey, come down here. Fight up. Anyway,
I don't get all the teams. That's just the worst one to try to do the combat with, like the world domination was.
Right. Well,
every other nation will be more successful.
It was balanced out because the Airbenders were trash, and so in order to balance that out, she needed to make militarized Airbenders. But they were new to war, so they got fucked up too. So like they didn't know how to fight. All right, that was
trash, bro.
Yeah. So anyway, so Avatar Soma, skipping a bit that we'll get into later. Avatar Soma had to seal the power. Now she was fatally wounded for the final battle of her life. Okay, so she had enough time. Fatally wounded. She's fatally fucking wounded. Okay, she had enough time to seal the evil guy away, bring a giant ass temple to the spirit world, close the spirit world around her, and die. Also, because here's the part that gets me. She was so depressed about life that somehow she cut herself from the Avatar cycle, so no one knew where she was. Not even the next Avatar after her. And I'm like, wait, okay, hold on a minute. So she was more depressed than Avatar Korok? She was more depressed than Avatar Roku? Like, what are we talking about here? What are we talking about here? Even Kyoshi wasn't that great. You know what I mean? Like for people who don't know, Avatar Korok's story is that everyone on the surface thought he was a happy guy because he portrayed himself as like a very happy guy. This dude was going through it, okay? He went to the spirit world to fight the spirits because Yang Chen fucked up the spirit world or whatever, tried to save the human world. So he had to go rebalance that. He goes under there. His girlfriend gets killed by Ko, the face stealer. And so for the last bit of Korik's life, yeah. What's up?
No, I was excited. That's the goat.
Yeah. Anyway, Korik keeps going down in the spirit world to fight Ko, and he keeps not killing him. Like he keeps failing to do it, and he keeps doing that until he dies. So if anybody's gonna cut themselves off of the Avatar spirit, it's gonna be Korik. Okay. Wow. Even though Aang talks to him in the finale of Avatar. So
Jake, you're acting like the writers of this scene would have read that story, Jake.
It's not even okay, fine. Okay, you know what? Fine, maybe. Okay. Here's what I'm gonna counter with that. Roku.
Mm-hmm.
Roku's best friend killed him. Okay? Mm-hmm. And because of that, the world was trapped in 100 years of darkness because Roku didn't kill this motherfucker when he had the chance. You think that's not something you would withdraw from the Avatar cycle, bro? Like, what are we talking about?
Wait. Naruto almost died to Sasuke. He didn't care, okay? Roku didn't care.
Okay, look, I would imagine like Roku would want to stick around to at least give some advice to the next Avatar.
But here's my other prop. So you say that. You know what? Fair, fine, cool. You know what Soma said to Aang when they meet later in the movie? She's like, I was hoping that one day another Avatar would find the staff and also restore all the airbenders. Okay, well, I can't do that if you're fucking missing. What am I talking? Are you talking about? Like, no one knew where you were. I had to go to like 50 million avatars just to hear your name. Like, what are you talking about?
Also, the idea that you're saying this was from a different attack, that means the Air Nation came back by itself. It didn't fucking need this thing.
No, it didn't. It's like,
I was hoping you will come get this useless thing and instead of just having sex more, but it is what it
is. But anyway, that was the part that was going.
Can we look more into those giant turtles? I'm pretty sure that air turtle somewhere is out there.
Well, no, she learned that from she learned the staff from the turtles. Like the turtles taught her about this thing. Oh, yeah, that's what. Yeah. And so this plot was rewatching the movie again for the second time. This was bugging me even more than the first time because like the entire plot hinges on this. And then I was watching this movie with somebody. Someone brought up a point like, why did she just like write down? Because the other thing she also was trying to stop something else from happening. There's two things she was trying to stop from happening, and the other thing could have been solved if she put a note on the thing to say, don't do this, Avatar. Don't do this. So, because I will get into it later. But that was bothering me. Anyway, so everybody's been bringing up the main problem they have is that the gang feels nerfed in this story. Now, I guess when you're saying that at 12 years old, they stormed the fucking strongest military next to the Fire Nation, like capital, I guess there's an argument to be made that like maybe the gang should kind of just be OP by this point. I think the only person I said that has a problem with power scaling is Aang, because when he does the Avatar state, he doesn't even have like the whole like elements swirling around him. He's just like him in the blue shit. I'm like,
loser, bro. That's how much a fucking movie, man.
I'm like, what happened? He also mountain knocks Aang out in the Avatar state. I'm like, but you're the Avatar state. Like you're like the Avatar now. Like you should be able to do it. So I was kind of annoyed about that. I didn't really have too much of a problem. It didn't really detract from me that much. I will say, rewatching the movie, I had a problem with Sokka. Okay, Sokka's Mr. Funny Guy. There's two things I don't like about Sokka's story. One, for some reason, nobody believes that he was like leading the charge in the nation, even though he has enough people to tell that he did something. You know, like he was General Sokka, like he was a general in that war. Yeah. But apparently in the Water Tribe, everyone's like, oh, you didn't do shit. Aang did the whole thing. Shut the fuck up. I'm like, Jesus Christ. Yeah. The other problem I have with Sokka is that he never comes up with any plans in this movie. Like usually Katara or Aang is taking the leadership point, or Zuko.
Oh, and I'm
like, yeah, Sokka has two moments of doing something, but it's like it doesn't play to his strength. I feel one does.
It's proving the Water Nation right.
Right. Right.
He probably didn't do shit in that war.
Yeah, and this was all from a biased perspective. There you go.
At that point, you might as well tell me Zuko takes his sword at that point, because he took away everything else useful about Sokka with his leadership and planning. So
yeah, I also thought it was a missed opportunity. Like the secondary antagonist is the Denied, right? And the Denied's thing is like they're non-benders that feel like they're out of place in this world. And Sokka, who led the war against the Fire Nation, probably could have something to connect with them about. Like, hey, you're not useless. There's other. I went through the same thing too when I was on Team Avatar. How I felt like everybody was better than me, and so I had to find what I was good at. That's something Sokka could have taught them. Never comes up at all. Okay, so that kind of sucks. There is a scene where all of the gang gets fucking squad wiped. And I was like, oh my God. I mean, like, they get killed. Like, I'm not talking about hypothetically. I mean, like, they really do die. And it's like all of them. Okay. So, controversial. I'll get into it. I'll get into it actually right now. We'll start with getting into it through this character here named Taga. By the way, what do you think of Taga's tattoos? Do you like him?
Who the heck is this?
This is Taga.
This looks like a Combustion Man if he decided to go the monk way, He went on a hippie retreat.
This is Taga, the last Airbender of his day. Okay. Taga was Soma's finest soldier. Okay, he was the one that led the armies against the Earthbender and watched so many of his people fucking die. I do like that you do get to see. I feel like when he wakes up and he sees Toph as like an Earthbender, he's like, "Oh, get away from me!" Like you have to fucking kill Toph. I do like when Aang has to explain
reaction anyway.
Right? Yeah. I guess I was thinking about it as I was saying it. It was like, how does he?
That should be everybody's reaction to Toph.
Right. I do like also when Aang explains like, oh, so what happened to the Airbenders? What happened to them? He's like, oh, well, the Firebenders killed us all and all that shit.
And like back, and then we almost died again.
And then Taga like looks at Zuko, and Zuko's like, "Oh, hey, what's up?" So I thought that was pretty funny. No, but it's okay. Zuko's cool. Zuko's my friend. He's the fire. Well, he's the Fire Lord. Like he was your enemy, and you're saying he's your friend, but now he's the Fire Lord.
He was the Fire Prince back then. Okay.
Yeah, right. But now he's in charge, and you're not worried about that. No, it's Zuko. He's fine. It's okay. There was one scene with Taga and Katara that frustrated the fuck out of me. There's a moment where they have to go through an endless storm. And so the plan Taga has is that Aang and him have to use their airbending to clear the way of the storm or whatever. Okay? And the airship that they're flying, the Team Avatar is flying, is being torn apart. Taga looks at Aang, he goes, Aang, you have to trust your friends. They're here. They're with you. Like what they're capable of. Trust your friends to do their thing, so we can do our thing. I'm like, oh yeah, that sounds pretty reasonable, right? So we did all that. So Taga is proven 100% correct. Like they do their thing. Team Avatar does their thing. They meet together, and then Katara's like, hey, what just happened? What do you mean you left us to go deal with the storm? And I was like, well, I was trusting you guys to do your own thing. That's not how we do things. We're a team. We do things together. I'm like, Katara, wait, no, you actually did handle it though.
Did they not forget when they was fighting, like y'all split up, y'all fought Azula by yourselves? And
right.
I did everything?
Right, and you had to trust you wouldn't die against Azula.
Azula has been dominating every fight y'all been in.
Right. They wanted to frame it as like Aang's losing his way because Katara's not mad at Aang. She's just like mad at Taga for like poisoning Aang's mind by telling him things that like.
Oh my God, he's making his own decisions.
But of course, Taga is the villain of this movie. Surprise to no one, really.
That's a lie. I saw the trailer. It's the random people shooting arrows and shit.
Oh, we'll get to them because they're also villains.
I thought monks were supposed to be noble and pure of heart, Jake.
Well, he's not a monk.
That's not before your family dies.
Right. Well. So Taga. So who was Taga to Avatar Soma? Well, Taga was, like I said, was Avatar Soma's finest general. Okay, but he saw a lot of terrible shit happen, and it scarred him. And so he wanted to use the staff's power. So he's like, you know what? Actually, like, just to keep the Airbender safe, let's just like fuck over all the nations. Like, fuck them, right? Like, just like let's just make an army of Airbenders and just like squad wipe the whole world, And it's just us, and then we're just like safe. And like someone's like, no. And so they had a fight. And that's how Soma got mortally wounded. And remember, I said she was fatally wounded. She had enough time to seal this dude in a block of ice like Aang was, lift a whole ass temple into the spirit world, lock herself in it, and she didn't have the forethought to be like, maybe I should leave a note. Like, don't let this guy out. He's actually like a dangerous person. And then but then she dies. And so Aang obviously released them not knowing this information, and then someone's like, "Oh yeah, you should have released Taga. He was like a whole big deal." Like I was sorry about that. Like, so,
what, those were just leave him in there to die, or until someone else did it?
Right. So, anyway, so Taga.
Just gotta say, audience, there is a jackass in every community, and airbending monks aren't an exception. So yeah,
brother, you need those people in war. That's all I'm saying.
So Katara goes up to Taga, he's like, "You can't. You're poisoning Aang's mind. You're not doing this for him. You're doing this for yourself." I'm like, well, he's like, "Well, first off, I'm doing this for airbending. Okay, let's get the one thing clear. All right, we're doing this for the airbenders.
I'm doing it. I got a plan back. The second time, right. 2 times in a row we got brought to extinction. I feel like it's justified.
Right. And then he's like, well, also, like, why are you asking me to trust everybody else to like, our clan is dead? She's like, well, yeah, but like, it's about hope. We have to hope, and society will work.
I ain't gonna lie, she would have said that shit, I would have walked out.
Yeah, baby. That is something you would parody on that awful play they had in this you know?
And Taga's like, bitch, my tribe is dead. They were squad wiped twice. I just whatever. I'm not trusting the Water Nation. I'm not trusting the Fire Nation. I'm trusting the Earth Nation. In fact, I'm gonna kill you. And so he kills Katara. he kills Sokka. He kills Zuko. He kills Toph. They all die in one fight. Okay. Yeah. They cut away from him.
And y'all wonder why the Fire Nation had to take on the Airbender.
Yeah. I watched this and I said, you know what? Like, that Fire Lord was really fucking justified. Like, like I didn't realize they were that strong. Okay. That also raises my problem with the Air Nation. I guess they were pacifists, but it's like, well, like, if the Air Nation is this strong, like, could they not have just destroyed the Fire? I know there was Sosa's comment, but like, goddamn, like, I don't know. Like,
I know. I'm saying, y'all remember what was Aang's stepfather's name? Gyatso?
Monk Gyatso, that was his like mentor.
Monk Gyatso, yeah. Remember, man, like he took before he died, you saw his corpse, right? He had like about 50 Fire Nation soldiers' corpses with him there. So they're like, God damn, what do the fucking airbenders have up at their disposal?
Yeah, well now with Taga, you see it. Okay, this is like a fully realized airbender. Okay. Anyway, so he goes to Aang and he's like, Aang, okay, good news. You found the staff. That's cool. Hand it to me. And Aang's like, man, I can't wait to show Katara and the others. He's like, okay, well, like, okay. So the thing is, I killed them. He's like, what? He's like, and then they go back and show them all individually dying at the hands of Taga, like getting their lungs punctured by him and shit like that. I'm like, oh my god. And so Aang loses his shit and then gets his ass whooped by Taga because Taga has the staff, and so he's stronger than the Avatar State, I guess. Whatever, fuck it. Anyway, but luckily they fell into healing. Katara fell into healing water, like the spiritual water. It was spiritual water, so she could come back to life and then bring everybody else back. So it's all good. It worked out. Of course. I was like, well, why not just like knock them the fuck out? Like, did they have to die? Like, I don't quite understand that. Anyway, so then it winds up to a final fight with Team Avatar fighting, because Taga makes them denied. He makes them airbenders. Okay, and so I think this is where people had the biggest problem. And to be fair, Korra did the same thing. Okay, despite the fact these people had. Yeah, people hate it too. Despite the fact that these people who have never bended in their life have unlocked airbending for the first time, somehow, even though Team Avatar is not like getting their asses whooped, they're struggling against them. Mind you, they stroll up on Ba Sing Se and beat the greatest part of the Earth Nation army at 12 years old. Okay, so. And they're struggling against people who have never been in a day in their life, okay? And but it's okay because Sokka saves the day. He gives Katara a water balloon so she has more to bend, and that turns the tides, whatever. I think this brings us to my last problem with the movie. And I think it's been a problem that started in Korra, and I think I just didn't have words for it, okay? I liked how simple Avatar: The Last Airbender's final plot is. When you really boil it down, it's just like, it wasn't like, oh my god, like Aang has to fight God, or like fucking the reincarnation of like Jesus fucking Christ of the universe. No, it was like there's a dude, he had comet powers, and Aang has to beat him up. That was it. I liked how simple it was, but from Aang's perspective, it was like the biggest thing in the world. And Avatar's got to a point where like now it's like, well, now to make a finale, Korra's got to fight like the fucking dark avatar. She's gonna fight like the fucking kaiju mechs or some shit. I was like, Jesus, what? It's like what kind of now Aang's final battle is him fighting like a fucking Dragon Ball Z fight. He's doing a Kamehameha wave with the fucking wind and shit. But you know, it is what it is.
They do that shit, bro. Let it be wind.
Right.
Stop
but anyway, but it's okay.
Being clash and shit. We're just your win.
Right.
Yeah.
So Aang gets the power of the staff, and he's like, I'm gonna freak out. And my mind is like, wait, Aang, wait, put the staff down for a second. Go to Taga and like do me a favor, just like take his bending away. Just like take his bending away. You know what I mean? Like just like put your hand on his head and take that bending away. And then like you
Aang,
you don't even have to
kill him.
Right. Well, that's what Aang wants to do.
Airbender one more time.
But no, Aang wants to.
Airbender was not in the title. I'm just saying. You
right. You're threatening my legacy. You're threatening my fucking legacy now. And so you know what? But Aang gives up the power, and Taga dies of natural causes instead of just taking his bending away. And so. And they do an airbending mantra. Taga dies in the winds, and it's all sad. But it's okay. Republic City was saved, so it could be destroyed in the new Avatar show that they just promoted. So it's all good. It's all good. But yeah, so the day is saved. Team Avatar is a family again. Oh, and what happens to the
night? Sound like the Powerpuff Girls for a second. And the day is saved.
Thanks to the A gang. But what happened? But what happened to the denied? Oh, well, they lost their bending. So what did Aang decide to do? Oh, wait a minute. I forgot. In the comics, I already established that I teach people the ways of airbending, even though they can't airbend. So we still have the religion going. And he realized
I do karate.
Right. And so,
stop that man.
And so I'm going to teach the denied the same thing. And then I'm thinking in my head, so like, where the fuck were you? Where the fuck was Tenzin during the Equalist movement?
Because airbending that can't airbend, but monk's also non-violent, so it's not even like karate.
Well, yeah, but I mean, it's self-defense. Like, I mean, it's a way to defend yourself. I mean, at the very least, like,
you don't get these people some chi blockers and move on to like.
That's what I was reading that too. Like, what could we get like Ty Lee? What's her name? Ty Lee?
Yeah,
whatever. Yeah. And like she can like teach them how to chi block, because chi blocking is broken apparently. So like, why not?
It's really just pressure pointing. Anybody can learn that. They can do that.
Right. And so
I'm pretty sure that was what Suki in one of the comics even told Ty Lee to do, like to give non-benders a chance to go up against actual benders,
Right, but you see, Suki, that's great, Suki. But we already made Korra season 1, so we're not going to do that. So you understand? Hopefully, you understand.
Go back to being the moon and shut the fuck up. All right.
Right. But that was Avatar: The Legend of Aang. It was okay. It was fine. It was okay. It was alright. Cool. I think between this, Korra, and like Avatar: Seven Havens, I'm like, after Seven Havens, just like stop Avatar. It's fine. It's like. It's clear to me they don't really have a real direction with Avatar. Seven Havens doesn't even feel like Avatar.
They just need to squeeze whatever milk they can from this cash cow audience.
Right.
That's what it sounds like.
I thought the Avatar after Korra made sense. I mean, after Aang made sense, and I was just curious what happened after Korra. But if Seven Havens is what we get, and it's not gonna hit, like if it doesn't hit, I'll just end the series. It's fine.
If you don't commit to Korra being a bad guy. Just turn the show off.
No, they're not. Yeah. I'll tell you right now, they're not. They're gonna do okay.
And that's why the show shouldn't exist. But I want if the same people who wanted to kill him, I want to be in charge of the show because I feel like they'll commit to him.
Yeah. All right. Based on how I described it, what do you think about Avatar?
I'm not watching it.
If it's on cable, I'll watch it, or if it's on demand, I'll watch it. Sounds like I might have.
No. Hell no. There's so much other stuff I want you to watch. You're not watching this movie.
Okay.
If you get a chance and you're flipping the channels and this movie comes on, let me know. I will promise you I'll find another movie with similar time for you to watch.
Well, the next movie I'm planning on watching is Soulmate, Austin. So yeah, that's
see, that's why you're watching The End of Oak Street in October 18th. August 18th.
Gotcha. All right. I mean, yeah. I don't know what to say. It's its own thing. They tried doing something with the Avatar Aang franchise. Well, it's somewhat fresh before the newest adaptation of Avatar comes in that destroys the PR.
It's literally just they chose the wrong plot to do.
Right.
Like, I was like, you chose a plot that sets up stuff we already know that can't work. So you already told us what's going to happen.
Right.
Instead of just having it be its own unique thing. You didn't have to do the cliche story. Oh, look, there's another one like you. Don't you want to feel the sense and choose between your friends and the guy who's like you? Like every cartoon does this, right? It's just boring.
Yeah. Do you think it would have been better if they had just adapted one of the comics?
I think it would have been better if they did a story with Tenzin and the other two kids, because they were explaining how like Aang was more focused on Tenzin.
Young Tenzin and Lin and stuff. I think it would have been
fine. Yeah.
Show us early Republic City with his son and stuff. When everyone's still idealistic, the uprising hasn't happened yet. Like it's probably the best situation you had based on out of the thing. People are just now really starting to work everything out. I think having a big crisis happened then, and the sons and of all the teams have to do something together.
We could
have it like right before. You can have it be like how Tenzin met his wife when he ended up breaking up with Lin for.
Right.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, you could have explained the reason why Katara decided to officially outlaw bloodbending. That would be something with that. So
yeah. I was watching this movie. I was like, wow, this just kind of feels like a waste of bringing Aang and everybody back, and it feels like it just. I expected like Aang when Aang has to tell Taga like, listen, like one day maybe the Airbenders will come back, but probably in Korra season 3.
Just wait another 50 you all to realize that Avatar franchise has disrespected you all twice this year, and y'all let it happen. Sure. Y'all gonna continue to let it happen.
Yes.
Not you, Chris, but Jake will.
Gotcha. Dude, if I was this guy, right, and I'm looking at Aang, like, you're the last Airbender, right? And I need you to promise me something, Aang. Procreate like there's no tomorrow, okay?
I'm monogamous. I can't do that, sorry.
You have to take one for the team. I am literally concerned about the future generation of our people.
I promise you, I will procreate until I make one Airbender, and then it will be up to him.
Oh, wow. Have children like there's nobody's business. I need you to literally repopulate our people.
Didn't Tenzin have like 3 Airbender kids? It's like he stepped up.
He did his job, Jay. Well, he actually has 4 kids.
Oh
too.
yeah, he has 4, yeah.
So yeah, Jay, he did his thing. He did his duty for his people. So.
I'm just saying, bro. And that's why that's what Sasuke is the worst final clan member I ever met in my life. Nigga said one daughter, I'm done.
And he spent a good chunk of the series trying to kill the literal utter last member of his family. So yeah.
His whole thing was I'm gonna kill Itachi and restore my clan. And then he made one girl.
Yeah.
So at this point in Naruto, people don't know in Boruto, I just want y'all to realize that a villain, Orochimaru, has done more to restore the Uchiha clan than Sasuke has.
That's right.
He made all the fake Uchiha clones.
Right.
Yep. Thank Orochimaru for that, audience. Yeah. Anyway, you have any final thoughts on this before we move on to the last topic?
Shout out to Taga. I wish he would have killed Katara sooner after she said we just have hope. If you told me, your clan died.
Rebellions are built on hope.
Yeah, your clan dies twice. This lady, she's like, well, why should I trust the other nations? We have to have hope. All right. Okay.
She really hit him with that. No. You go to war to save the ones you love. Like that, what?
Not fight the ones you
want to save the ones you love. Like,
not fight the ones you hate. What?
Oh wow. Okay, audience. I think we spent enough time roasting Avatar. We'll be doing that when the next series comes up. So anyway, let's move on to the final review of the night, audience. And we're talking about my franchise, Taste of Americana with King of the Hill Season 15, audience.
I love Hank. I think Hank steals the poster on this one. He's just so fucking awkward looking in this.
I know. Audience,
did they bring up the cousin girl yet?
Tid Pao? Connie's cousin?
No. Bobby's cousin, the girl.
Which one is that? The girl
that used to live with him. I remember her name.
Luann? Luann. Oh, her, yeah. She was name dropped in this with Lucky and her daughter. I was listening to a podcast with the creative team behind this. eventually we will see them pop up, but they just want to find a scenario where it will make sense for the show. It's kind of like
I don't know. I feel like Hank Hill moved back to town. I feel like he'll show up like, "What's up? How you been?"
No, this is more like how like Cobra Kai, right? How each season was giving like each of the movies time to breathe and settle in. You see the after effects.
Yeah, but those niggas ain't family. This is family.
Well, that's what they're doing here. Well, Strickland Propane was a family, and they waited until season 2 to show what happened to Strickland Propane. And just gotta say, fuck you, Buck Strickland, fuck you. But I'll get more into that. Anyway, audience, look, when they revived this series, I have never been so happy to be wrong in my entire life, audience, because I love this. I love this revival. This is one of the best ways to take reviving a series, audience. And it's amazing all these years later, right? Because true fact, audience, the only reason to see this show was canceled was because they needed to make room for the Cleveland show. Well, all these years later, guess which franchise they decided to bring back and are doing more justice to, So that's King of the Hill for you. Okay, but anyway, each episode is its own episodic journey. Bobby and Connie finally decided to make their relationship official. Of course, Connie's parents, Min and Con, as soon as they saw the Twitter post of them two dating, of course they're screaming "No, damn you, Bobby Hill! Anybody but him!"
For the second time.
Jeez, I'm Jesus Christ, people.
I kind of agree, though. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I feel some way too.
What? No, I mean Bobby is doing successful in his business right now. He's a likable guy. I mean, you guys
no. You got to think about it from parents' point of view. You watch you watch what he was, and it's damn, we did all this to help her grow, do whatever she want to almost end up right where she was when she was 10.
Well, to be fair, Min did have a heart-to-heart conversation with Connie about who she should end up with, and for one of the rare moments, she acted like a mother. Do what feels right, basically. Hey, I chose your dad because even though he was the bad boy, he was the one that my dad didn't want me to marry, but I chose him because I liked him. Well, unfortunately, she made the wrong choice, apparently. So, anyway,
the divorce is everything.
Oh yeah, you see a moment where Con is Con is living with Bill, by the way, Austin. So he finally moved out of the house, and he has no choice but to stay with Bill, who's more than happy to have a roommate. And then you see Con yelling from across the street at Min, saying, I was just reading a sad book. It's called Our Wedding Album." I'm like, "Oh god damn, dude!" Wow. Okay, but anyway, they're still trying to make the best with Connie. At the end of the day, that's the only thing those two have in common at this point, doing what's best for Connie. Bobby still does his best to try promoting his business. He even goes on a competition show, called King of the Grill, hosted by Andre Rush, audience. He's literally the world's strongest chef. I wish I had a picture of him here. But yeah, he's the chef that, dude, he has boulders for arms, audience. This guy could literally crack coconuts with a grip. That's how strong he is. I've seen him in a couple other cooking shows, and he's a personality, audience.
Sanji.
Can he beat Sanji? In military food, yes, I think so, man. He can make 5-star cuisine with army rations. Awesome. Let me put it that way, Oh yeah, he was also former military, by the way. So yeah, in real life, look him up, audience. He's a real cool guy. But yeah, there was a subplot there where you have Bobby was with a bunch of contestants. In order to get onto the show, right, some producers had to come over to his restaurant and try evaluating Bobby. They're looking to see what Bobby's personality is before signing him up for the show, right? And they thought, you would make a really good bad guy, Bobby. Look at it this way: your name could be Bobby Heel. you know. So throughout throughout the whole audition tape, he's like being a real jackass to like his whole kitchen staff, like especially to Emilio. Emilio, he's the wingman we all wish we had, audience. Like when he was like critiquing his cooking of salmon, he's telling Emilio, "We're here to serve salmon, Emilio, not salmonella to our customers." And Emilio's like, "I thought it was going to be drill sergeant mean, not mi abuela mean." Like, yeah, but that really didn't sit well with Bobby, so he stopped doing the heel thing. But then when they found out he was real young, they're like, okay, you could be okay. You're the baby face, basically. You're the young guy in the group. So he gets on the show and he's partnering up with this one gal, and the studio executives are basically like wanting to make the whole will they, won't they sort of duo, you know? It's a very sweet moment that ended with Bobby like saying, "Screw it, man. I love my girlfriend more than I love being on this show." So yeah, he professes his love to Connie there. You
And
know,
that's why Bobby is the greatest.
yeah, he's the GOAT, audience. Jake, did anybody here watch this season?
No, not yet. I was gonna get around to it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. It's comfort food at the end of the day. There comes a point where like, Bobby's like, driving with Con, right? And Bobby tells Con the birthday gift he's going to give to Connie, which is going to be like a necklace with her gemstone on it, right? You know? Of her birth month. Very sweet, very nice. It was encrusted in gold. And what happens when they go out to dinner? Con literally steals that gift and gives it to Connie, saying that this was his gift.
Dude,
like, wow. Wow. These are the in-laws from hell, audience. Like, damn, Bobby. Like, yikes. Hank and Peggy, they're going to welcome Connie with open arms, but Con and Min, yikes. Like, look, literally, they go to a restaurant, right? And because Bobby offered to pay for the meals, they literally ordered everything in the menu. Like, wow.
Well, are they broke?
Wow. No, Bobby's going to have to pay for it since he offered to treat them all. Wow. Again, the in-laws from hell. But anyway, yeah, that's good. A lot of interesting stuff happening from them. But a lot of it's episodic. There's an episode where Peggy's dealing with menopause and Hank has to help deal with that. There's like another episode revolving around marriage counseling that Dale and Nancy were were in charge of. And okay, I gotta bring up the elephant in the room. Sorry, I don't have a picture of John Redcorn, but yeah, he did pop up in one episode, and these were the final words that Jonathan Jost said. I checked, he was credited in that episode, right? He came to pick up Nancy, and she's like saying, "You know what, John? I think my headaches are gone for today." So, because now she's going back to Dale, and the last scene we seen of John Redcorn is him driving out, doing the whole teary-eyed Indian gimmick, audience. Yeah, I really hope that's not the last time we see John Redcorn, because you left on a real sad note, especially since that is Jonathan's last ever recorded lines for John Redcorn, so it won't be the first time the executives recasted the voice actor for John Redcorn. I'm just saying, audience, let's not retire the character, so yeah, okay. But yeah, there's a lot of good episodes, but like the main one I want to talk about.
You don't want them to pull a Black Panther to tell you they're honoring the character?
Well, he already has a son, so Joseph. So yeah. But anyway, let me cut to the finale, because that's really the juiciest bit, right? Because during the finale, we do see the Strickland Propane staff. We didn't see them in the last season, but the only person we saw was Buck Strickland, and we didn't know what happened in between then, but during the finale, we see the Strickland Propane crew actually call out to Hank, right? They bring him to a bar, and they literally they're pretty much begging Hank to come back, You're like, whoa, what happened? Like, they were even worried about bringing up that day. Like, what? Like, what did Headkill blow up Strickland Propane when he became manager or something? Then that's when he reminisces about what happened all those years ago. For you see, during the height of the Me Too movement, that's when Buck Strickland decided, yeah, now it's about time for me to retire. Which I knew, when the show got revived, audience, I knew Buck Strickland had to have gone out during that whole era. You know, there's no way Buck would have survived during that whole during those years. You know, so Buck Strickland
you should have more
pulls
faith in the Buck Strickland.
Yep. Dude, do you know how many of his female employees he's been sleeping with, Austin? Like, yikes. That's not going to look good in modern era. But anyway, so yeah, Buck Strickland pulls Hank aside, giving him his first notice, saying like, look, it's about time for me to retire, and in a few days I'm going to be making an announcement, and I want you to be the first one to know about that. Big changes are going to happen, Hank. Hank is like, already assuming like you're going to finally promote me to manager. And Buck is like, save the butt smooching for the big day, Hank. And remember, Buck Strickland will always take care of you. So what happens on that day, audience? Buck Strickland brings all the staff around the office. Everybody is like literally excited because they all came in expecting Hank to finally get promoted. You could see the anticipation in the air, only for Buck Strickland to bring in his bastard son saying, he's going to be your new manager.
Hey!
Nepotism. Let's go.
Hey!
Wow.
This is the greatest thing. This is the greatest thing. This is the greatest show ever. I love this show so much.
Yeah.
I love nepotism.
Look, Hank Hill literally pulls Buck aside after that, saying, "But wait, wasn't your son leading Strickland Propane up down north?" And then Buck says, "Well, that place went under business, but that's because my son didn't have somebody like you around checking things out."
Yeah.
So,
See, he's
wow.
making sense.
Wow. Wow. You see, you're a good lieutenant, Hank. But sir, you said you were going to take care of me. And I am taking care of you. You're going to be my son's number 2. Hell, I wouldn't trust my son to look after my business unless you were around to do it. To help him out.
I'm his son's number 1, right?
Okay, you'll be the son's number 1, but that will technically mean you're number 2 in the business. Yeah.
Right. I just want
No,
Jake. He's his son's shit. All right.
No, because if he's his number 2, that means there's someone above Hank before the son, but after the son. So that's why I was like, ooh, yeah.
Buck has always been the number 1 person in Strickland Propane, but now that number 1 position is going to go to his son now. So that would still leave Hank as assistant manager. Okay. So they're like, oh god damn, you could feel the pain in everybody's eyes when that happened. I felt that for Hank, right?
I mean, Hank has enough credibility to just like quit, right? Like,
oh yeah, like funny enough, that's what happens. Like, Hank is like telling Buck, like, look, Buck, I wouldn't giving the business to your son Ray Roy is like handing a gun to a monkey or a Ray Roy, and Ray Roy is like saying, hey, I'm your new boss now. The only thing I'll be firing is you if you don't keep in line. Okay, that was the final straw, and Hank just said, well, I'll save you the trouble because I quit. Like, damn.
Yeah.
Hank is like, Buck is like saying, hey, don't do this, old top. Like, Ray Roy is like saying, face the facts. Blood is thicker than propane. And then Hank turns back saying, actually, that's not. Propane is 4.2 pounds per gallon, whereas blood is half that. What, really?
No.
only a monkey or a you would fall for something like that.
Oh. Got him! Got him!
I just love this subtle humor, audience.
No, I didn't believe what he said. I would believe that, though.
Yeah. Okay, but yeah, this is Hank walking out. So yeah, it was Hank who quit on Strickland Propane here, and yikes, it was not on good terms, audience. So one thing led to another. He did get an he did find a new job that had a good retirement plan, which was that Saudi Arabia job. So things worked out for Hank at the end, right? He came back home. He has enough money to live a peaceful retirement, this and that. But right now, his crew is his old staff is literally begging him to come back because Ray Roy is running this business to the ground right now. So they at least want Hank to have a talk with Buck Strickland. So, yeah, Hank pays a visit to Buck Strickland, and Buck literally is on his knees begging Hank to come back. Like, look, I'm sorry. Yeah, I should have promoted you to manager, but I can't fire my son. Please, Hank, come back. I need you to be the daddy. Please be the daddy. Sir, please have some dignity. And for God's sake, stop kissing my shoe. Like, oh damn, dude. Man.
Also, your son could be assistant general and do nothing, and I could just actually be the actual manager. Okay.
He should have done that. Like, okay, if you wanted to employ your son, like, make him the assistant manager at least, But you really did Hank dirty there. The problem
is you're still putting your son over people.
Yeah. I'm just saying, you wouldn't have lost Hank. I think is the more valuable thing too, if you want to be selfish about it.
I mean, damn, that was just a hard blow, to have something like that done to Hank, to be humiliated like that in front of everybody, So for all those years, Hank had to put up with Buck and all the things he did to help Strickland Propane be the success that it is today, only for his reward to be basically the babysitter to Buck's bastard son. I'm like, God damn, fuck you, man. Keep in mind, audience, Ray Roy, he's Buck Strickland's son. He's a chip off the old block. He's basically Buck Strickland in his younger days. So he's just as wild as his dad is, So yikes. Buck Strickland cried, and that's when Hank Hill decided to say, No, I'm not coming back. Oh, wow. That chapter of my life is over. So he goes, tells Peggy that, and, Peggy's like, you tell him. Hank finally stood up against Buck, like telling him for all this shit that he put Hank through, I'm not coming back to save the business after what you did,
Right.
Like, things were so bad, audience, that, like, Hank wasn't even driving in the street where Strickland Propane was at, right? Ever since coming back, he completely avoids and ever even looking at Strickland Propane, right? But when he decided to go out to dinner, he decided, you know what, the shortcut is past Strickland Propane. Look, that chapter of my life is over. I'm no longer assistant propane manager. I'm just civilian. So as they pass by Strickland Propane, it is a dumpster, audience. Like, there's graffiti on the name. Like, they cross out the letters in Strickland Propane, so now it says Sickland Propane. Like, the hatches are open, the tanks are all graffitied, and Hank is like, "Oh, geez, I got at least look in what's going on."
I feel like the boss would be like, "Hey, I will pay you 6 figures." Right the fuck around. Just come back.
I know, right? He comes in. There's piss in the floor, and then the only person who's in the building is Ray Roy, who's passed out. His pants are down. He has a beer gut. He has a bottle of brandy in his other hand. He looks passed out. Hank is just like putting a newspaper over his crotch. Like, Peggy's like asking, is he alive? Hank kicks him, and he immediately wakes up saying, I didn't know she was your wife. And then he passes out drunk. So that's when Hank is like, you know what? I need to save this business. So he accepts the offer, but fuck that audience. Look, he does go back to leading Strickland Propane, but he actually buys 51% of the business. So now technically Hank Hill is owner of Strickland Propane, audience.
Yes.
Like, oh my God, dude. This is my Ash Ketchum winning the Pokemon League. This is my Charlie Brown finally kicking that football, audience. This was a long time coming. Hank, he bounced from assistant manager to owner of the business. Like, well deserved. Everybody's happy to see him. Everybody comes in, the place gets cleaned up. Joe Jack comes and brings Hank his coffee, saying, "Welcome back, honey." Let me bring up the picture. Yeah, and Hank puts the manager title beneath his name in his new office, and they're like, "Shouldn't that be saying owner?" And Hank is like, "Yeah, well, yeah, I don't want to really brag to the customers, you know." So, oh wow. Wow.
Turns out all the company needs to fix itself.
Your friend so he can have a job.
Turns out all the company needed was a good janitor, and that was really the first problem it had. Okay.
Yeah. New locks, tidying up the place, and yeah, we'll see where this goes in the next season. I mean, you gotta keep in mind,
hire
audience,
your friend to work as a janitor.
Yeah.
Oh, who? Dale or
no, the one that watched all of Netflix.
Oh, Bill.
Yeah, Bill. Yeah.
Hey, Jake. Austin, he still works at the barbershop, man. Come on.
He finished Netflix. He finished.
Let the man whose wife left them and is the last member of his family alive have at least some success. All right, don't rain on parade. But yeah, this ended on a good note, audience. Like, if this is where the series ended, like, I would be happy with it, because goddamn, they actually did something better than the way the show originally ended. I'm like, oh, round of applause, man. It was a happy ending. But, you gotta keep in mind, Strickland Propane was on the verge of bankruptcy at this point. So
yeah, so he has to pull the company back up.
Pretty much, yeah. So, and even though he has 51% of the company, Buck still has 49%. So the creative team did say they were going to be playing on that in the next season. So we'll see what happens. Oh, and
but that doesn't really mean anything. Since he has 51, any argument they have, Hank overrides.
There could be a situation where he's going to have to give up like maybe 2% of that shares. You never know, Austin. And plus,
so the son's fired, right?
I would imagine so. Like, we don't know the fate of what happened to Ray Roy. Just that, like, Hank Hill is now the new owner, so I'm pretty sure he said, "Ray Roy, you're fired." Even Buck wanted Ray Roy to be fired.
He couldn't fire his own son, but Hank would definitely could.
Oh yeah, definitely. So no, you know what? Here's what I think is going to happen with Ray Roy. He's going to join Fatherton Fuels from across the streets. You remember MF Fatherton? The other propane business?
Yeah.
It's going to be like an RDC video where Family Dollar and Dollar Tree kept like being right next to each other.
yeah, pretty much.
Outside.
Yeah. That's gone. Funny enough, Austin, Buck Strickland and Fatherton were fist fighting in the previous season. So yeah.
See, RDC got a skit for every video.
Yeah, sure.
Yep. So it left on a wholesome note. Oh, and also during that flashback, we did see Bobby during his teenager years when he was 16, right? We did see what led him up to joining the restaurant business. You see, this was after Hank quit Strickland Propane, and Bobby, he got into K-pop and decided to shave his head and dye it in a blue emo sort of design. So they're like, oh boy, that was a big no-no for Hank. Or like Hank was like saying, "I'll let you borrow the the truck if you immediately drive to the barbershop. Like, Mom, you said you were going to talk to him. Like, oh, well, good luck finding any jobs now. No self-respecting business will ever hire somebody that looks like a lamppost.
Well, welcome to the modern age, Hank.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Fortunately for Bobby, the burger stand down the block, the manager just happened to be a K-pop fan, so they got to talking, and Bobby got hired. Yeah.
I thought Jake would be like, "Welcome to the hot topic."
Oh yeah, but yeah, Bobby started working at the burger place, and he actually really loved the business. He loved the style, and there came a point where Hank and Peggy they had to talk. They had to have a talk with Bobby. Yeah, that Hank got a new job, and they are going to have to move to Saudi Arabia, and that's when Bobby says, "I actually just want to stay here. No, I'm really enjoying being able to make these meals and making people happy and having fun conversations. Dad, the restaurant business, that's my propane." And Hank was actually really proud of him for that. Bobby said, like, I'll just go stick with Luann and Lucky and Gracie for a time being, So yeah, we did get a name drop of them. So at the time Hank was at Saudi Arabia, Bobby was living with Luann. So yeah. Well, only time will tell when we see Luann come back.
Mm-hmm. I'm not believing she successfully had a house.
Well, they did get a really good down payment on that from a settlement fee from a lawyer, Austin. So yeah. We'll see what happens. I would love to know where they went. I just need to see at least Gracie. I mean, look, I know they're not going to pull off the dumb blonde trope with Luann in modern times, but I think you can do something interesting with her daughter. So
I think they keep it, and because she's just like a old school housewife in modern day.
Let's see. So Bobby went from the original series, he ended at 13 years old, and now he's 21. So he's like, so 8 years had to have passed. So Luann was still in college, so she was 21 at the time the original series ended. So she would be about 29. So I don't think she would have aged that bad, I'm pretty sure she still will have a lot of second glances from guys across the street, But we'll see. But yeah, love the revival audience. That I just can't wait for the next season, So yeah. Find your propane audience. Oh, and by the way, you know how big the series is, audience? I went to my Home Depot earlier last week, and look what I found. They fucking have Hank Hill's logo on WD-40 cans, audience, and I had to buy one for myself, audience. So like, damn. I missed my chance to get Alamo beer because unfortunately they only sold that at Texas, audience. But dang it, if there was a 6-pack of Alamo beer, I don't care if that sucker is $50, I will buy that, audience. So if they continue on this trend, man, we're going to eventually have to see King of the Hill logo on a propane tank, and that will be the
if
one
they keep
and
that
only
up,
time
they might make Bobby's restaurant a real place, like some places have done.
Robota-chan, a fusion of Japanese and German style cooking. I could see that, but that's going to have to be in Texas, man. And I ain't ever going to Texas. So, I'll be happy if I could just get a propane tank that has Strickland logo on it or King of the Hill logo on it, So, audience, I'm sorry, even though I love Hank Hill and I love King of the Hill, I'm a charcoal guy. It just brings in the rich caramelized flavor in the meat. So, yeah.
He betrays his hero whatever you breath he takes.
Oh yeah, his taste. Hey, facts don't care about feelings. That policy has to work out for something. So, yeah. Anyway, audience, we reached the end of the video. Watch it whenever you guys get a chance. It's one of those comfort food shows, audience. Watch it whenever you want, just to like feel good or, hey, just relax your mind a bit, So, yeah.
Yep. Y'all let Crypto bring it up to 12 out. The past 12 It's 12-13. It's all Crypto's fault.
But
I'm sorry,
it doesn't matter.
Okay, so yeah. One last glimpse of the thumbnail before we end the night, audience.
Yes.
You know. Yep.